Hello everyone. I think we're all good. Happy Wednesday. Hello, hello. I'm hoping the music's okay. I think I've almost got it down to a T now. Hopefully you can hear me and the music and we're all good to go. One of these days I will get this right from the beginning. Everything sounds great. Good. Well, that's been a lot quicker than some other days. I think I'm just about there with all my technical bits. I've just realised how thirsty I am. So I had everything planned, everything good here too, perfect. So I had picked this meal today because I thought it's been such rubbish weather. It feels like autumn. The best thing to have in autumn is a nice lasagna. And about 5 or 10 minutes ago the sun's come out. So it's really warm, but the thing is, a lasagna is good at any time. So we're just going to go with it. I'm sure it'll be nice. It would probably be better if it was a slightly cooler day. But to be fair, I think it being in Scotland, I don't think it'll be long until the weather's changed. So probably by the time I'm finished, it'll be like autumn again, so we'll be fine. Right. So I'm going to just go, I'm kind of going to wing this one a wee bit. I've made a vegetable lasagna a few times now, and each time I've made it, it's been slightly different. Just really depends on what I've got in the fridge. And it's definitely one of these dishes that I kind of, if I've got a few random bits of veg left over, I'll just fire them all into lasagna, because a lasagna makes everything taste nice. So I'm going to have a wee look. I think I'm going to use some sweet potato. I haven't decided whether to use the sweet potato instead of the lasagna sheets, like the pasta sheets, or to use both. I'm not sure. And then I'm going to use some courgette, maybe some carrots, some onions, some peppers. I'm just going to see what I've got, so I will be back in a second. I'm just going to go around and try and find all my bits and pieces in the fridge and try and keep the noise down. So we want a couple of courgettes. So we've got a couple of courgettes, a couple of sweet potatoes, which I'm so disappointed in. I mean, look at that. Are they not the smallest sweet potatoes you've ever seen? So I thought that was quite sad, but what can you do? However, the onions make up for it. Look at that beast. Look at it. I mean, I'm not quite sure what was going on there, but so one large red onion. I think that'll be enough onion. I've got one sad carrot, which can go in there too. Ooh, sorry, quite loud. And then I've got some spinach. What else do we have? I might put in a couple of mushrooms, or maybe just one mushroom. I'm still deciding, but I'll have a wee think. I'll see how many veg we've got other than that and see how we're going. I think I might need the mushrooms, but I'm just going to kind of start prepping everything, and then we can start kind of frying stuff off, putting together lasagna, and we'll be good to go. And how is everyone today? Has everyone had a good day so far? What have you been up to? Tell me your story. I've had a bit of a fairly productive one this morning. Sat and tried to do some bits for my highlight videos. Didn't get very far with them, but it's a start. Been working. Ugh. Hopefully it's nearly the end of the day for you and you don't have much left to do. Got some deliveries and the cats are loving the box. I don't know what it is with cats and cardboard boxes, but there's always that thing where you buy a cat a present or a toy or a new bed or something and they prefer the box that it comes in. So really I think we should just buy cats large, just a large cardboard box as their toy, and I'm sure that would do them fine. I'll do this and then you can see me chopping. So I'm going to do kind of, not diagonally, but kind of slanty slices of courgette, because then they'll take up a bit more space, which is always good. I'm looking forward to this one. It's one that I've made a few times. I've not made it for a while. The last time I made it, I didn't use the lasagna sheets. I just used the sweet potato instead, and it was really, really nice. The only thing that was a bit strange was that obviously I didn't peel the sweet potatoes, so they had like the skin left on, which went a wee bit kind of chewy. And I can't decide if I enjoyed that or not. So I'm not sure if I'm going to leave those bits on or if I'll peel them before I do it today. I'll think about that and decide when I come to it. We have a new tower coming tomorrow and I don't know if they'll leave the boxes and give it a go. That is so frustrating. And the thing is, the tower, if it's a tower, it's probably going to come in a huge box. And I know my two cats love a huge box, so they're probably much more likely to go in that than to go in the tower. Just take the boxes away from them. Just don't let them in the boxes until they've fully appreciated the tower that you've bought for them. And then the other nice way to do this is if you make like a kind of ratatouille. So you could just chop everything up quite finely, bung it in a tomato sauce, and then just use that as the layers. And then you can top it with your lasagna sheets. That's another nice quick way of doing it. But I'm going to do it slightly more complicated today. And I'll sort of fry off the veg individually to get a nice taste, and then we'll layer it all up. But yeah, it's actually turned out to be a really nice day today. We've got blue sky and everything. Not sure how long it's going to last, but I'll take it for the moment. Then I've got my one sad carrot. I'm not sure what's been happening with me and carrots recently. Every time I put them in the fridge, I'm sure they are supposed to be in the fridge, but anytime I put them in the fridge, they come out and they're almost frozen. So I don't know whether my fridge is maybe too cold, but nothing else freezes, it's just the carrots. I'm sure there's some like chemical explanation, but not a clue. So this one it feels sort of half frozen, but we're cooking it off, so it'll be absolutely fine. And I'm just going to do the same with this one and just kind of chop it at an angle. So we've got nice big chunks, because we're going to do a lot of layering of the different veg. And I really think for something like this, you don't need the meat. I mean, we're trying to eat a lot more veg, but I actually think this is tastier without the meat. because it's just a bit more interesting. Good afternoon, Dinah Doll. Thanks for joining us. How are you? Have you had a good day so far? Right. Can't decide what to do with the potatoes. Do I peel them? Or do I just leave them as they are, wash them and slice them up? I'm not sure. The last time I did it, I left the skin on and it was definitely slightly chewy in the lasagna. I could do one of each, I suppose. Oh, I don't know. Right, I'm going to give them a wash first anyway. And I can decide, hopefully, while I'm washing them. I think I might peel them this time. I think I'm going to peel them, so I don't need to wash them. I'm going to peel them. Looking forward to this lovely lasagna. Me too. I do enjoy a lasagna. It's been a favourite for a long time. And this is quite a nice, easy one to make it, obviously, vegetarian. I'll come over this way. I could be here a while peeling these, so I'll come and peel them and then I can see what's going on. I'm just wondering if when I'm, for goodness sake, if when I chop them up, I'm going to need to watch that I don't cook them for too long, that they start to fall apart. These are the tiniest, daft little sweet potatoes I've ever seen. Very disappointing. My mum makes amazing lasagna, so does mine. But it is full of meat. So it's probably quite a similar kind of tomato-based sauce to begin with. And then instead of adding your raised mince, you just add all the veg. And I'm going to do, I don't know if it's the proper way to do it, but I know that some places you get it where they don't actually have like a creamy sauce. They just put some cheese on the top. But I'm going to do a creamy sauce because that's the way I like it. I like it with lots and lots of sauce and then just kind of a bit of veg or meat or something just to hold it together. I didn't love peeling that. I feel like I've made the wrong choice. I'm not sure. I really should have thought about this more before I started. Right, we're just going to go with it. We're halfway there. We're just going to go with it. Why are sweet potatoes so awkward to peel? And I've seen that. So I took part in Curry Week yesterday evening, and I made my katsu curry, which was so good. We had it again for lunch today. So tasty. And so yesterday I made cornflake tofu with it, and today I just got a bit more tofu and I kind of marinated it in a bit of gluten-free soy sauce, some vegetarian fish sauce, which is a new find for me, and it's actually really nice. What else was in it? A wee drop of mirin and some rice vinegar, and just let it marinate for maybe an hour, something like that. So did that for an hour, and then I just fried it in a little bit of oil with some chopped up onions and peppers, and then we had that with the leftover sauce and the leftover rice. Oh, it was lovely. Really, really nice. So if you like curry, Minnesota Toz is organising a curry week this week. I've done mine, but there are apparently, I think he said 13 different curry streams today. So if you like curry, obviously wait until I'm finished and then go over and find some nice curries and you can watch them. And there's loads of different kinds of curry, which I think is really cool, because curry is one of these things that it can be so sort of versatile, and there are so many different kinds. I hadn't realised there were that many different kinds, to be honest, but there seem to be so many, and there's kind of one from each of them this week, I think they've got 39 streams in total, I think, so no excuse. If you like curry, there's something for you to watch somewhere. Just gonna get rid of all my scraps, tidy up after myself a wee bit. Or if I'd really thought about it, I could have made like those little like fried potato skins with those, but too late now. I'll do it next time. I'm gonna try and not get myself in such a mess today. You should have seen it yesterday. Oh, if you watched my stream yesterday, you may have seen that we had a bit of an oil explosion, which was yes, interesting. So a bit of oil kind of splashed from my frying pan all over the place, which was not ideal, but managed to save it. But the kitchen was in such a mess afterwards. Hello, Buff Bagel, hello, Real Magic Cookie, and hello, Ethan. How are we all? Nice to see you all. Love those fried potato skins, me too. But I always forget about it until it's too late, and then there's not much you can do about it. It was an eruption of oil, it actually was. It was so bad. It was like literally a huge eruption. Oh, thank you very Tron. We're going to have words. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. And thank you very much for the congratulations on 50 followers. I managed to hit 50 followers last night, which is very exciting. I feel like we're joined at the hip here. Yeah, I think you three literally all came in at exactly the same time. So you're either joined at the hip or there's some sort of psychic abilities there, I think. There's definitely something going on. Thank you very much, Magic Cookie. Much appreciated. Yeah, I was quite excited, I'm not going to lie. I did a bit of a happy dance last night. Luckily after I'd finished streaming, so no one has to see that. Thank you very much, Strong Force, for your follow. Nice to have you here. I hope you're well today. And everyone that's just joined, how are you guys today? I hope you're doing well on this quite sunny Wednesday. I hope you're having a good day so far. I am currently chopping all my veg to make a big veggie lasagna. And it's literally one of these ones where I've gone into the cupboard and the fridge to see what veg I've got. And I'm just going to kind of throw it together. I couldn't have told you beforehand what veg I actually have in. I knew I had plenty, but so we're just going to see what we've got. And is that not the biggest red onion? Hold on, where can you see it? Again, that not the biggest red onion you've ever seen? Thank you very much, Buff Bagel. Oh, well, I hope so. I'm just enjoying all the chat. I really enjoy having everybody here just to have a good old natter with. And it makes me cooking my dinner, makes it much more interesting for me. Plus it gives me the excuse not to, I've got a really itchy nose today. I hope it's not the hay fever. It seems a bit late for hay fever, but lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? Oh, it gives me the excuse to take my time and make my dinner. I always find that I really enjoy cooking if I give myself time to do it, but if I'm rushed, I get so easily stressed out and I just don't enjoy it. So it's ideal for me. Hello, Grievous Mink. Nice to see you again. I hope you're doing well today. Oh, for goodness sake. That's one strong, I don't think you can see that, but that is one strong onion. My hands are purple. Right, so I'm just going to chop up my onion as well into kind of chunks. And then this is all going to get fried together. Well, there's a bit of a funky bit in that. I'll need to be affiliate in no time as well. Well, I hope so. I had a wee look at my stats last night and it's looking quite good, so. But I'm just really enjoying being here. I really am. So, is this a usual time you stream? So basically, what I'm still trying to figure out what's the best time to stream, because I already seem to have quite a few people that are in America that watch it. And obviously with the time difference, it's quite difficult to try and make sure that I'm on at the right kind of times. So at the moment, my normal times are a Wednesday, exactly like you. At the moment, my normal times are a Wednesday at 4 p.m. UK time, obviously. And then Friday morning at 10 and Sunday morning at 10. And then this week I did an extra stream for the curry week, which was yesterday at 4. And the week before that, well, last week, I did an extra stream on the Monday. So I'm just kind of feeling it out, seeing what suits best, seeing what time works for me as well. But so far it seems to be quite good. But I think the one yesterday seemed quite a good time, so I might try and keep that one going. Tuesday was the only day I thought you did afternoon. Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad that works for you. So I definitely do today in the afternoon. That's kind of my weekly standard. But I might start doing Tuesdays as well. See, that's it. I'm enjoying it that much. You are stuck with me already. You can tell I'm winging this today because this is not how I would normally chop an onion. But at first I thought I'm going to leave it in big chunks. And then I thought, no, I'm going to make it smaller. And now we're somewhere in between. But that's what I like about this lasagna. You can literally just throw whatever in it you've got. Sweet, good. I'm glad that works. I am glad. Although there's one cooking streamer that I follow. He was my very first follower. Link of Hyrule. So if you've not followed him yet, go and follow him. He does some really chilled out, just home cooking, and I think he's brilliant. And he streams. He's in the US somewhere, and he streams as well. But he streams at midnight for me. So I tried to stay up last night to watch. It was not happening, unfortunately. So it's quite tough with the different time zones, but we'll hopefully work it out. Love lasagna, me too. And Grievous Mink, are you more a fan of meat lasagna or do you like a veggie lasagna? And maybe if I knew how to, I would get a poll going to see if I should be using. So basically I'm thinking, will I just use the sweet potato? Or will I use the lasagna sheets or both? At the moment I'm thinking both, just because I'm not sure how much veg I've got. Because I think it is quite nice with the lasagna sheets, but last time I did it I just used the sweet potato and it was good like that too. Most of the food streamers I watch are as due to being a night shift person. Yeah, that amazes me, the amount of people that work night shifts. That must be like, it must be some kind of Twitch thing. Which I suppose is good for me because I think it kind of works time wise, but I feel for you being night shift. I really, really do. I think Jennifer Janet, she used to do a night shift. Couldn't do it. Could not do it. Traditionally meat but vegetables could be a nice alternative. Yeah, definitely. And that's I don't think I had a vegetarian lasagna until maybe, when would the first time have been? I think the first time would have been, see, this is great. Thank you very much, Buff Bagel. I am learning so much. Yes, I think the first time I had a vegetarian lasagna was probably about maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And I got one and it was a ready meal. And I only got it because it was gluten-free, but it was also dairy-free. And obviously vegetarian. I think it was vegan as well. So they used coconut cheese instead of regular cheese. and it was absolutely disgusting. It was so bad. Like the vegetables were fine, but the pasta that they'd used, it was gluten-free pasta, and gluten-free pasta is okay, but this stuff just, it was so like, it just fell apart. And then this cheese sauce, not good. Really, really not good. So that kind of put me off it for a wee while until I decided to make one myself, because I fancied a lasagna and I didn't have any mince. So I thought, vegetable lasagna is a thing. We'll give it a bash and see. And I think, I don't know if I would say I prefer it, but I do like it just as much as a regular one. It's just slightly different. Never had a veggie lasagna actually, but I imagine I would like it. You should try it. It might be life-changing. The hashtag poll. Right, I'm going to give that a try. I don't have any mods yet, I don't think. Right, hold on. Let's see if we can do this. Nah, it's not loving it. I'll just ask for your feedback on here. Just say no matches. Oh, not to worry. Used to do a month night shift at a time. See, that's full on. Yes, I am in the chat and I'm typing it in, but it's just coming up no matches. So maybe if I not got it set up, maybe. If only I could see you all and you could just all put your hand up. I can count you. Ah, right. Well, hopefully soon I'll be able to do it. We shall see. I'll add it to one of the wee lists of things that I can hopefully look at if I get that far. Right, so the rest of, exactly, something else to look forward to. Didn't know that. No, I'm not sure what, although I found out that I can add VIP badges now, so that was quite exciting. I found that out this morning. So I just go in every time, I'm like, can I do this? Can I do this? Finally managed to set up a Discord, and I think it's finished. I think, like, as far as it's going to be, so quite pleased with that. So just one thing at a time, quite happy. Right, I'm trying to think if I need any more veg. So I can show you here. So far we've got a load of red onion all chopped up, and then we've got our carrots, sweet potato and courgette. I've got mushrooms, but I've got a couple of mushroomy things planned for the next couple of days, so I don't know whether to keep them. I think I might keep them and wait and see. Good morning, Minnesota Toz. How are you today? Thanks for coming along. Oh, some people put hamburger and sausage in a lasagna. So I'm assuming you would take the meat out of the sausage and not put actual like sausages in the lasagna, because that would be weird. Yeah, I would just use like hamburger meat. Thanks for our chat yesterday when I got some smokies. Did you enjoy them? And how did you have them? Did you just have them as they are? I don't know if I've ever had a smoky. I'm not sure. There's a place we go quite often on the east coast of Scotland, and it's like a smokehouse, and they've got a little restaurant, and you can go and they'll do all sorts of smoked fish and smoked lobster and all sorts. It is fantastic. But I think like an authentic smoky, I'm not sure I've actually had one. I'll need to try one because I do enjoy that kind of thing. A restaurant down the road here do a white lasagna. It's chicken instead of meat and a white cream sauce instead of... Oh, I could eat that. I could definitely eat that. That sounds amazing. Because I really, really enjoy like creamy dishes. See, like normally if I'm doing a pasta dish, I'll make it a creamy pasta because that's the kind of pasta that I like. I'm not nearly as big a fan of pasta with red sauces, but that sounds delicious. I might try that actually. That sounds really good. Smokies in a slow cooker for potlucks, right? This is gonna sound really thick, but what's a potluck again? I'm sure I've heard of, but I'm not 100% sure what it actually means. I drove to Scotland today for business. Oh, amazing! You just for smoking. Whereabouts did you drive to then? Because Arbroath, if you're coming up to Arbroath, that's quite a distance. It's a party where people bring all their crock pots. Right. I mean, that sounds like a party I could get on board with. So, do you bring your crock pot with food in it already, or do you all cook together and just have your own crock pot? How? Everyone brings in some piece of food to work. Oh, nice. That's a really unusual party. I like the sound of that though. It does sound pretty cool. Right, I'm gonna have one last quick look in my fridge to see if there's any veg that I've missed that I might want to put in. I've got some beetroot, but I don't feel that that's right. There we go. I knew I had something. Right, I've got a pepper that's definitely seen better days, so I'm going to chop that up and just fire it in. I was going to use that earlier with our tofu and katsu sauce, but it did look a bit sad and I thought it'd be better. It'll be better in a sauce probably rather in sort of big chunks. Nice. And did you enjoy it? So are you back home now, or? Because that must be quite a drive, is it not? I was gonna say 4.5 hours. That's dedication. I hope it was worth it. I'm sure the smokies were, even if work wasn't. I'm sure the smokies were. You can get Arbroath smokies at the Bow House Food Fair. Oh, can you? I didn't know that. That is good to know. I'm gonna need to try one. I left at 4:30 AM. Oh my god. You must be exhausted. I hope you've got a chilled afternoon planned now and you don't have much left to do. I can't quite decide if this pepper has actually gone bad. What do we think? Oh, where are you? It looks a bit green. Is that normal? See it in there? I think for safety, I'm probably just not going to use that because I don't really want to get food poisoning. And it definitely does look a bit funky. Yeah, no, we're gonna get rid of that. So some more fish. Oh, nice. So what kind of restaurant is it that you have? Is it a fish restaurant? Or is it a bit of everything? That must be quite fun. That's like a dream to own your own restaurant. It really, really is. Right, I think now that all our bits are chopped up, I'm going to start on the tomato sauce and just start putting some things together. There's a seafood place. Oh, I think that's... See, I struggle. I am trying to go more sort of vegetarian, and I think I could give up meat quicker than I could give up fish. There's just something nice about nice fish and seafood. Especially on holiday. That's what I always want on holiday. And I think as well being in Scotland, we've got such good seafood that it would seem a shame not to eat it. You also have non-fish related dishes also. Yeah, that's true, because not everybody is a fan of fish, so it's good to cater for everyone. So whereabouts is your restaurant, Buff Bagel? If I'm ever in the area, I'll need to come and have a nosy. The positioning of your cutting board cam is better today. Amazing. I'm glad you said that. We got, so I'd said yesterday that the overhead cam was very precariously on a stand which wasn't strong enough to hold the camera. So Amazon came through and we got delivery today. So I've been able to put the better arm on that one. So the overhead camera is not going to fall down onto the hobs. And I now have the little stand here again that I can prop it up a bit. So hopefully we're all good now. Liverpool. So not too far. Not too far at all. So yeah, to be honest, I don't think I've ever actually been to Liverpool. But if I do, I'll give you a shout and I'll definitely come and have a nosy. What camera do you use for your main shot? Can you see I'm literally just looking to see the side of the camera? It is a Canon EOS 90D. It's a fairly new one. Treated myself to it because I do a lot of like kind of food photography. It's quite handy to have a good camera. But I'm glad it looks good. That's because I've got such a small picture of myself here. It's quite difficult to tell, but I'm glad it's good. That's my main camera's been balanced on a mug since 2019. That's the way to do it. I mean, and there's that little bit of kind of danger with it, which is quite good fun. You never know when it's going to fall off. Yeah, no, I've got a wee stand up here, so I think we're safe now. Yesterday I was slightly concerned about the overhead one. As I was working there, I thought I was waiting any second for it just to fall down. I thought that this could end really, really badly. Exactly. Sometimes the oldies are always the goodies. Okay. I'm just going to chop up a few bits for my tomato sauce to start with. So I'm going to use just a little white onion and some garlic. And I'm going to fry this off in a little bit of oil. Thank you very much for your follow, Jay Nuna. Is that how you pronounce your name? I hope that was right. Jay Nuna, I like that name. Yeah, it's very much at the moment. I was quite keen to have as many different sort of angles as I could, but it just means that it was literally just trying to find any equipment that we could, and then I would update one thing and then it would say, oh, you need an adapter for this, but happy with it now. So we should be good for a while, I would say. You're very welcome. I hope I did pronounce it okay. Oh, thirsty today. I put on a jumper when I came down to start because it's been horrible for ages. Put the jumper on and within about 5 minutes I thought there's no way I can do this with a jumper on, it's too hot. So maybe we are getting this this Indian summer. Chance would be a fine thing, but you never know. Watching in Japan, oh amazing. What time is it in Japan? And whereabouts in Japan are you? Konnichiwa. I think that's the only Japanese word I know. Oh, 30 plus today in Minnesota. As a redhead Scottish person with very pale skin, I'm not okay with that. That's too much. I like a kind of, I would say maybe a good temperature, I would say, is maybe about 23, 25, something like that. Oh, your first foreign channel. Well, I am very honoured. Thank you very much. Oh, 1:45, so quite late already. Hopefully you have eaten and I'm not going to make you too hungry, because that's not what you need if you're just sort of going to bed. 23 here at the moment. Is it? I didn't realise it was still as hot down south. I thought it had kind of cooled down. But yeah, it's definitely, I would say 17, 18, maybe something like that. Which is okay, to be fair, as long as it's not raining. It's the rain that I don't like, so if it's dry, then I'm not too bad. About 90 here. What's that in degrees Celsius? At one point I did know. I know for baking, I know that, yeah, Fahrenheit, I'm not sure what, it sounds hot though. I think I only know that for baking, if you've got, what is it, 180 degrees Celsius is 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm pretty sure. Right. That's hot. Yeah, that is hot. Oh, you're Korean. Ah. So a Korean in Japan. Learn Western cooking. Well, hopefully I can teach you something here. I wouldn't say I'm a professional, but I do quite enjoy the dishes that I make, so hopefully you will too. Do you watch Hyro JP? Oh, that's cool. I've not heard of Hyro JP, but I'll need to go and have a look at him as well. Right, so I'm watching Korean YouTuber Twitch. We actually watch, if you're Korean, do you know of the Korean Englishman? He's one of our favourite YouTubers, really, really good fun. I think he's fluent in Korea. He's fluent in Korean, and they go to Korea quite a lot and try different cuisines and try different foods and stuff. Really, really interesting. It's somewhere I'd really like to go. Google to the rescue, yeah. That's the only problem. I feel like stuck without Google here. I mean, I could Google it, but I appreciate you doing that for me. But that is hot. That is, yeah, too much for me. I don't mind it if you're on holiday and you're expecting it to be that hot, and you've got like a pool and you can go swimming and stuff, then that's different. But if you don't have that, I'd much rather a slightly calmer temperature, maybe about 25, I think is my maximum. Young Albam. No, he is actually on YouTube. He's called The Korean Englishman, and they've got a second channel. Do you? Yeah. I did wonder because I think he is huge in Korea, and I think his channel is really, really interesting. It's really good fun as well, and I like watching them kind of learn Korean and trying all the different Korean foods and stuff. Really, really interesting. I'm more of a cold weather person. Well, you would be absolutely fine up here then. You're moving to Are you actually moving to Norway? That's cool. That's another place I've never been, to be fair. I've not travelled a lot, clearly, but I'd love to go to Norway. I wonder if you are actually, or if that's just a wee joke, but that sounds amazing. Right, I can now get my other camera view on the go. So I'm just putting in probably about a tablespoon of oil, not too much. This one. And I'm going to just start adding the bits and pieces for the tomato sauce. That's amazing. She's Norwegian. That's very cool. So will you be starting up a restaurant in Norway then? Is that kind of the plan? Are you going to do something else over there? Great angle. Thank you very much. It's taken us a few streams, but I think we're there with all our bits and pieces. So hopefully you can now see everything that I'm doing. Right, so once I heat it up a wee bit, I'm just going to pop in our onions and our garlic. I can do my chef hands again. Everyone was laughing at me yesterday for doing the chef hands. But why else would you have an overhead camera if you can't do chef hands? So I just want them to soften. I don't want it... Sparkle fingers, yeah. What movie was that from? That was from a movie, wasn't it? Oh no, it's done it again. I am sorry, Buff Bagel. I don't know why it keeps doing this. It did this the other day as well, and I do apologise. It's obviously not happy with something, and I'm not quite sure how to fix it. I might need to get like an actual person mod so that they don't just randomly time out people. At least it's only 30 seconds. I have a question. Does Western Kitchen use more induction hob system than gas burner? I would say it's probably a bit of both. To be honest, I normally use gas. So I don't know if you can see in the little camera, my hob is actually at the back of the kitchen and it's gas. And I prefer using gas. I find it a lot easier. But for this, because I'm cooking here, and then I can put the camera in front of me, it makes sense to have my hob here. So I've just got one of the kind of portable induction hobs here. So yeah, normally I would use gas, but when I'm streaming I use the induction. But I do know a lot of people that use induction hobs. I think it's just personal preference really. It was Bring It On, I'm sure it was, yeah. Oh, it was Spirit Fingers, was it not? Not Sparkle Fingers, was it Spirit Fingers? I'm sorry, Buff Bagel, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I can see that now. That's so strange. Ban. No, I'm not banning anyone here. For whatever reason, my mod's not happy, but if I could change it, I'll give my mod a talking to later on. Same thing happened. I know. I don't know what that was. Something about his dinner, and the mod was like, "Nope, we're not having that in here." Restaurants are too expensive. Oh, that's a shame. Because I feel like a fish restaurant would be really good over in Norway as well. I have a security business here, so I might go into that over there instead. Ah, so is that like kind of bouncers and stuff, that kind of security? No, I'm using it. Yes, exactly. I think that's it. And I feel like with the gas, I feel anyway that I've got a bit more control over it. I think with the induction, I can't ever get the temperature quite right. Like the settings just aren't quite the way I want them to be. That might just be me being difficult, but I do find that with gas you've got a bit more control over it. I'm just going to let them kind of soften a wee bit as well. Your CP license as well, so high-end stuff, nice. Yeah, that's good that you've got that option as well, though, that you're not kind of going, oh no, the restaurant thing's not really going to work here, but what am I going to do? Well, I'm very excited for you. I hope it all works out. I hope that you're able to do it quite soon then. I don't know how it is kind of with COVID and everything, if you're having to kind of wait until it calms down or what the deal is, but I'm going to cross my fingers for you that it all happens quite soon. Bodyguard and all that, nice. So you can be like the bouncer for celebrities and stuff. Nice. Right, so these are just softening up a little bit, so you can see that they're going quite nice and soft now. And then to that, I'm going to add some red wine. I've got a red wine that was opened a wee while ago and not drank, which is very unusual. So that's my cooking wine. So I'm just going to add probably about a glass of the wine, but I'll put the temperature up a little bit just so that we can get the alcohol to cook off. So yeah, I'm going to add about a glass, I would say. A generous glass. And then get the temperature up. And then we can boil the alcohol off so that you're just left with a taste, but you're not going to get drunk from your lasagna. Which is a whole other recipe. Do you prefer induction, gas, or electric hobs? I much prefer gas. I used to cook with, what did we have before? I think it was electric I had before. And when we got the gas hobs, I was a bit wary, just because I feel like you're cooking on fire. It's a bit more dangerous. But it didn't take me long to get used to it, and I think it's much, much easier to cook on. I feel like you've got more control over the temperature, cooks more consistently, and it seems quicker. I don't know if that's actually the case, but to me it definitely feels quicker. So I would say I like gas best. Induction, this is the first time, like, sort of using these portable ones. That's the first time I've actually ever cooked on induction, and it's definitely taken me a bit of time to get used to them. And I do find that you can go from being too hot to too cold, and it's quite difficult to get that kind of middle ground. So yeah, I would definitely say gas. What would you say? What would your favourite be? Buff bagel? Right, I'm just gonna, again, this is the problem, it's smell-o-vision would be good, yes. See the smell of this? The smell of wine cooking, oh, there's just something really, really nice about it. You can see past the steam. I'm just going to boil that off a little bit more. Defo gas as well. I've certainly grown to like induction. So that's quite interesting, because I would say I've got that already. I would say I'm definitely sticking with gas, I would say. Although, if you saw me yesterday, thank goodness I wasn't cooking on gas when I was doing my katsu curry. After I managed to, so I had one pot with the katsu curry in, the sauce, and then one pan where I was frying the tofu. I took the lid off the curry sauce and managed to splash a tiny bit of water into the pot with the oil, and the oil literally went like that everywhere. So thank goodness it wasn't on gas, or I would have had to get the fire extinguisher out. It was a bit crazy. So I was very thankful for the induction yesterday. Living in a place that just gets finished with the latest one in the kitchen. I think that probably makes a difference as well. If you've got a good hob, I'm sure that does make a difference. Right, I'm going to put this down a little bit again. Oh my god, I know, it was so bad. Actually, I think one of the followers had very kindly did a clip of it. So if you go onto my profile or whatever it is, you can actually see a clip of the oil splashing everywhere. So it definitely kept me on my toes. I'm going to add just 1 tin of chopped tomatoes now. Let's get all of that in. And I'm also going to add some tomato puree. Some, what else? Some herbs, some balsamic vinegar, and a little bit of sugar. Casey's only put too much. Oh, it did not. Oh, for goodness sake. That's so scary because it can happen so quickly. And once it's happened, there is nothing you can do about it. You just have to grab the fire extinguisher when semi-finals. Oh no, that's a shame. Oh dear. I actually watched some of Casey's stream last night, and his accent is fantastic. There's just something really nice about his accent, although it could put me to sleep. It's one of those like sleepy ASMR ones, I feel. Right, so to my chopped tomato red wine mix, I'm going to add a little bit, I think maybe, is that about a teaspoon just, of balsamic vinegar. And then I'm a huge fan of tomato puree, so I'm going to put in probably about 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. And then about a teaspoon of sugar. I might add a little bit more sugar later on, but the sugar just helps to bring out the taste of the tomatoes, and it helps to kind of get rid of any sort of sourness. So I'll put a little bit in, about a teaspoon in to begin with, and then we'll see how it is once it's cooked off a little bit, and if we need to add any more. 50k views, oh no! So what are the new Twitch rules then that they had to take it down? Are you not allowed fire or something on in your clips? Right, that smells so good. So I'll pop these out of the road, and then I'm going to put some, oh of course, that's frustrating. I'm still trying to figure out the copyrighted music thing. One of my streams they weren't happy with, even though I'm using a playlist of copyright free music, but I think maybe one snuck in that wasn't. Oh no! Why is this happening? Oh, can I unmod Stream Elements until I figure out what is going on? Is that a thing? Oh dearie me. I don't know why this keeps happening. I would like to know, I'm sorry. I do apologise. I don't know why this is happening. Right, hold on. I'm going to have a really quick look because this is no good at all. I will be back in a wee second. Hopefully, if I can figure out quick enough how to. Right. I mean, yeah, maybe. Right, I think I've found it. Hold on. Right. I've changed it. Let's see how this goes. I don't know. It's whatever the settings I've set up are slightly wrong, and there seems to be certain words that the mod is removing. So hopefully it should be okay now. And I'm sorry that you get timed. It's done this 3 times now and I have no idea why, but I've changed the settings. I think we should be okay now. Oh, such a pest. It's definitely a learning experience, all of this. Right, so I am going to just leave that to cook for a bit. I might need to add, yeah, no, I will need to add a bit of water because it's quite thick. And you do want a fairly thick sauce, but obviously not too thick. And some of it will kind of cook off. little bit more on, and then we can let it cook off a bit. Right, so that's our red sauce. Sauce is good. It's, you know the word peach vinegar? I wonder why there was an issue with that. That's so strange. But peach vinegar sounds amazing. I've never ever seen peach vinegar before, but it sounds really nice. I like orange vinegars and stuff. When you get regular people who you can trust someone, I have a friend that wouldn't mind doing it, then mods will help out nice. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to need to do, because this is a bit ridiculous. But yes, it's the early stages, and it's quite good as well. When things like this go wrong, it forces me to have a look and try and fix it. So I do feel like I'm learning. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the other hob and just leave it to kind of cook for a bit. And then we can start on the other bits and pieces. Hopefully that'll be okay. I got a present from my friend, which was peach vinegar. Oh, peach vinegar. The only thing I can really think, it sounds similar to maybe like it might be similar to this. I can show you it here. No, that's, hold on. So something like that. Can you see that? So it's like an orange balsamic vinegar with olive oil. And it works really nice on a salad. So if you make like just a nice fresh salad with different lettuce and cucumber and things like that, and then use it as a salad dressing, that's probably how I would use it if it's quite sweet. See, this is right. Yes, herbs. Wee bit of promo, just very briefly while you're here. The herbs that I've used are these ones here, which are my own herbs. So I've created these for people with IBS. So they don't contain anything like garlic or onion or gluten or anything like that. They are vegan, top 14 allergen free, all that kind of stuff. And I add them to everything. So in case you were wondering what that was, it's these here. Is it a balsamic? Yeah, it could be a balsamic, a peach kind of balsamic vinegar. It looks like a wine bottle. I think I would say try it on a salad first. Yeah, I would say try it on a salad first. That's probably your best bet. And then you might be able to tell from that if it works or what it might work with. Oh, grilled chicken. Yes. I think that would be really nice actually, because I can imagine peach and chicken would be nice together. I quite fancy trying peach vinegar now. That sounds really nice. I've never ever seen it though. I'm not sure I'd be able to get it anywhere here. Oh, for goodness sake, stop bubbling. After all that chat about dealing with induction hobs, this one's got a mind of its own. Salad. Yeah, I would start with salad, and the grilled chicken sounds lovely as well. I'm sure that would be really nice. You could almost kind of, if you've got a bit of chicken, you could just put some of the vinegar over the top and maybe cook it in it. That might be quite nice. I hope that helps. Right. Baste as you're, yes. Yeah, that's a good shout. Oh, that's made me hungry now. Right, I'm now going to do, guessing, I think that would be nice, so I think that would be a good shape. Plus it might go that kind of sticky, sweet way maybe. Almost like kind of sweet chili, but peach. You'll need to let us know how you got on with that. I'd be interested to hear. Right, what am I doing now? I'm going to fry off the veg, I think. Try not be too loud in my drawer. Just a little bit of oil. And then, yeah, I'm literally just going to slowly fry off all the bits of veg. You don't need to fry them all the way because obviously they're going to cook in the lasagna as well when they're all layered up. But this will just give it a bit of a kind of a head start. Oh, that sauce smells so good. You can just smell the wine. Right. If I'd really thought about it, I could have left the onions a bit small, a bit bigger, but that'll be fine. And I now think I've got this far too low. Right, I'm gonna grab a plate. Although I could just I'll just put them back in there, that'll be fine. So I'll just grill these off, pop them back in the bowl, and then we'll make a white sauce. Oh, these things are not loving me today. Yep, so then I'll make a white sauce once these are all grilled off, and then we can start putting it all together. This was roasting a minute ago. Oh, dearie me. Come on then. I'll need a wee bit more heat than that. It's definitely not hot enough. Yeah, it's coming now. A wee bit more heat, but not as much as yesterday. You can tell I'm far too impatient for this. Far too impatient. It's coming. Yes, so that is sweet potato. So I've got 2 very small sweet potatoes that I've chopped up. I can show you actually here. So we've got our sweet potatoes, we've got some carrot and some courgette. And we'll do that, and then we've also got some red onion and some spinach. And that'll all go in together to make the lasagna. So, this will take a wee while just to kind of start cooking. I probably should have sliced them a bit thinner. I did that the last time and it worked, but I thought if I leave them a bit thicker, we might get a bit more taste from them in the lasagna and they're less likely to kind of fall apart. But they're going to take a wee bit longer, but they'll cook in the lasagna as well, so we should be fine. I want to make a Scotch pie, but I don't think I'll use mutton. Oh, hogget. See that? What's the difference between mutton and hogget? Mutton is like sheep, isn't it? Or like kind of lamb. Well, not lamb, the opposite of lamb. Old lamb. Hogget. I'm sure I know what it is, but it's escaped me completely. Ah, right, okay. I feel like that would be nice then, because lamb is obviously definitely nicer than mutton. So if you go for hogget, you're kind of going for somewhere in between. That's one thing, I've never actually made a Scotch pie. I didn't really get into cooking properly until I went gluten-free. And because pastry's difficult when you're gluten-free, any kind of baking or pastry or anything like that, it is quite tricky. And it's not one thing I've tried, but I suppose short crust pastry works quite well gluten-free because it's kind of crumbly anyway. So I might actually be able to get away with that. I do love, say, a Scotch pie with beans and gravy. Oh, so good. So good. If you do make one, please do put a picture on the Discord so I can have a wee nosy. I need some kind of tongs, but not the daft ones I've got. I don't know if you can hear this. I don't know what's going on with this today, but the heat in these is going up and down and up and down. Right, I'm going to have a wee look at these and see how they're doing on the one side. Yeah, I mean, this is just going to get a little bit of kind of flavour into it. And then hopefully they'll cook properly in the lasagna. I really should have sliced them thinner. But I'll just need to take my time. I hope you can hear the music okay. It seems really quiet today, but hopefully that'll be a bit better. And I'm going to try and make a roux. I think it's like a traditional French white sauce. I'm going to try and do, normally it works okay, but sometimes it can go a bit awry. So we'll see. Well, I think you're right. Actually, I agree with Mink. I think you are definitely right. And that's the thing. I do really enjoy cooking, and I think for me, it's because of all the different intolerances I've got. It's quite hard to be lazy because I know that if I am lazy and if we get fast food or something like that, or even like ready meals, it's probably going to make me unwell. So I've got to the stage where I know that it's not worth it. So I'd rather, instead of getting something that's quick and easy, I'd rather make something myself and know that I'll be okay with it. And obviously I do enjoy cooking, so that makes a big difference. No fast food nuggets for your family. Occasionally. Not often, but occasionally. Sometimes you just need a bit of fast food, but as I said, I know that it will probably make me ill, so I try and avoid it as much as possible. Gosh, looks delicious. It does look quite good, doesn't it? It's nice and thick. And that's the thing, I always think a tomato sauce is so simple. It doesn't need a lot of ingredients to make it tasty, you just want the right ingredients. So I think if you're doing a tomato sauce, you want lots of tomato puree because it's really strong and really tasty. Good red wine, onions, garlic, a tin of chopped tomatoes, and then just your seasoning. That's all you really need. And then you could use that for like a pasta sauce, and you could add olives, or you could add bacon if you eat meat. You could add different veg. I mean, that's it. It's so easy, and you can use it for so many different things. Oh, we're getting a bit of colour on them. They're definitely softening up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to turn these round, and we'll start on the other side and then get it through a little bit, and then we can pop them in the lasagna and they'll finish cooking off in there. I do get some ideas from family members. Sometimes I can be a bit, I know what I enjoy, And so I love a curry or like a beef chili, and I could eat chili almost every day. So sometimes it helps to have someone else there to kind of say, look, I don't want chili again. What about trying to make this? And then sometimes it's nice as well. It'll be things that I wouldn't come up with myself because it's not something I've ever had before or something I've never heard of or something that I'm maybe not sure that I like. So it's quite handy to have other people say, oh, just try it. And if we don't like it, we're very much the kind of people that even if we don't like it, we'll still eat it. So it won't go to waste. We just wouldn't make it again. And that helps to just be a wee bit more creative and stuff. And it does help me to widen my horizons a little bit. But I would say a lot of the time, so one thing that I do is we get our vegetables delivered to us. There's like local farms round about the area. And there's a company who collect all the veg and you can order like a box every week. So you don't know what you're getting in your box. You just get enough veg for say 2 to 4 people for a week. So I get the box and it's full of, say 1 week is full of mushrooms. I'll just sit online and say, right, recipes with mushrooms. And I'll find a few different things with mushrooms and I'll make them. Or if it's like beetroot, we got a lot of beetroot during the summer. And beetroot's not something I normally use. And I didn't know until recently that I actually like. But it's quite good like that because, again, I would just go on and say, right, recipes with beetroot. And I'll try them out. And a lot of them have worked really, really well. Not all of them, but most of them have. So I quite like that kind of, by doing it that way, I don't have to make like the initial decision, if that makes sense. That I've got these ingredients and then I just have to decide what to make with them. And I think that definitely helps to vary things a wee bit. Plus it's quite exciting every week getting food delivered and you've got no idea what you're going to get and you just have to kind of be creative and adapt what you're going to make to it. Right, I think these are coming along. It's a shame this is my biggest pan. Or I could have put more of the veg in. But we shall get there. What would you say your favourite meal is, Grievous Mink? Do you have a favourite? Or even a favourite sort of cuisine? Or something that you like to make all the time? There we go. We're definitely getting there. A wee bit softer. And then hopefully, once these are out of the pan, I can just stick the carrots and the courgettes in together and they'll cook a little bit quicker. And then once those are all done, I'll get my roux on and hopefully all will be well with the roux. And I was quite excited. It just shows you how sad I am. But I got quite excited earlier because I found a packet of mozzarella in the fridge that I didn't know I had. And I thought, oh, I can put that on the lasagna as well. So we're getting cheddar and mozzarella on the lasagna. Do not say I'm not good to you. But that was like the highlight of my morning. Slightly food orientated as you can tell, but makes me happy. So fried chicken, oh nice. And would you make your own fried chicken or would you get it from like a fast food place? If you like fried chicken, so right, I'm streaming on a Friday morning and my idea is I want to try and create like a fried chicken bucket without the chicken, which sounds a bit strange, but I'm going to use different veggies and coat them in different things and have like different sizes of stuff to make like a bit like a kind of KFC, is that a family bucket, I think, with all the different like popcorn chicken and all that, but without the meat. So it would be interesting to see what you think, or like like if you've got any ideas for that, because I've got a few ideas that'll be interesting. And I think it could be quite tasty if I get it right, but it could also go horribly wrong. So but I thought it'd be good fun. Make your own with bone in. Oh, nice. See, I think with bone in they taste nicer, but I definitely quite enjoy the ones that are boneless just because they're a lot easier to eat, and the whole like chewing on a bone is a wee bit. But yeah, that does sound good. A Thai curry, nice. Would you go for a red Thai curry or a green Thai curry? Because I think they are quite different. I don't know which I would prefer actually. I think as long as it's not too spicy, I would be quite happy with either. That sounds like fun. I hope so. I hope it works well. I think if it works well, it could be really good. But it could also be a disaster and I'll spend hours doing it for nothing. So we'll see. I'm even wondering, I'm not streaming tomorrow, so I'm even wondering if I might spend the day trying to like make a bucket that I can put the stuff in after. So if you come along on Friday, you can see how I got on with it and if I have actually managed to make a bucket and how it all goes. I like Korean spicy chicken. And is the Korean spicy chicken, is that the stuff that's in like a batter, kind of breadcrumbs as well? And is that the stuff that you would normally eat while drinking beer? I've heard that's a thing, and that sounds right up my street, as long as it's gluten-free, obviously. I think I'm kind of bored of waiting for the potatoes. Actually, I think they have softened up quite a bit now. So I'm going to take them out, because the thing with the potatoes, it's quite difficult because you don't want them too soft, because then they'll just fall apart in the lasagna, but you don't want them not cooked. So it's trying to find that middle ground. But I think we're there with these. Yeah, with beer. Yeah, that sounds like my kind of meal as well. I'm just going to get rid of all of these. You know what that's about. It's funny because I've never ever been to Korea, but that's literally just from watching the Korean Englishman on YouTube. And we really, really enjoy watching stuff. And then I think that was just one thing that stuck with me. I thought, chicken and beer. That sounds like a good meal. But I don't know if it would be easy enough to find a gluten-free version with me being quite awkward. But definitely if I was to go to Korea, that would be one of the first things that I would look for. And I'm trying to be really careful with my fork and not scrape my pan. But if you've seen any of my previous streams, I have a set of tongs that are less than useless. So I'm just going to do it this way today because it's quicker as well. The tongs are just a complete waste of time. And you've never been to the UK, you should definitely come. I mean, I think you're probably, sort of cuisine-wise, you're probably better off in Japan or Korea. We do have some nice things. It's maybe slightly unusual or slightly different to what you would normally like. But I would say especially Scotland, seafood, haggis, you have to try haggis. I don't know anyone that doesn't like haggis. A lot of people kind of think, oh, I don't know how I feel about that, obviously because what it's made of. But I think it's really tasty. As long as you don't think about it too much while you're eating it, it's really good. Only cook the sweet potatoes about 3/4 of the way. Yeah, I would say, yeah, that's probably about 3/4 of the way. 2/3 to 3/4, something like that. So they're not quite all the way through, but there's a bit in the middle that it's probably still fairly raw. Yeah, and that's what you want from that. So I'm going to pop these to the side, and then I'm going to start with I should have moved the, I'm doing well today. Move the oil about a wee bit. To listen to British English. Well, I mean, I'm British, but I am also Scottish. So I would say my accent and my sort of English is not 100% sort of what you would think of as the traditional British English. But I would say if you can understand me, then you can understand most people in the UK, because mine's it's quite a specific accent. So you're doing really well. I'm very impressed. And I'm glad you're still here, even though it is really late at night. I definitely need a bigger pan. So I don't want to put the heat up too high on that, because I do want it just to I don't want anything burnt, because we are going to basically kind of cook everything twice. So we're just going to take our time. We've got time. We're not in a rush. Hopefully. I hope none of you are in a rush to go anywhere. I'm going to grab my lasagna bowl just so I'm ready. While I'm waiting for the courgettes, I could probably start tidying up. Hello, Nicola. Nice to see you. Thanks for your follow as well. I hope you're well today. We're just making a quick, well, I say quick, it's not quick. We're making a vegetable lasagna, hopefully with some garlic bread and some tomato salad, if I can remember. Korean, oh, that's not cucumber, that's courgette. I wouldn't heat up cucumber either. I think that'd be a bit weird because it's so full of water. I don't think I've ever come across it being heated up. But this courgette you can eat raw as well, but it's nicer cooked, I think. Italian. Italian. I like it. We're so multicultural today. That's really cool. Oh, and I'm sorry. I hope I don't ruin a lasagna for you. This is very much my take on a lasagna. I wouldn't say it's very authentic. Well, probably not that authentic, but I think it's tasty. So, what is that? That's courgette. So zucchini. I do need to remember that. So it's courgette in British English, zucchini in American English. Oh, no problem at all. No, yeah, it does look like cucumber, but it's not. I've grilled cucumber cut up in slices before. Just a quick sear. And was it quite nice, or was it a bit strange, Magic Cookie? Because that does sound interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh no! Oh, that's not ideal. Should I stop? I'll just stop now. Stop while on my head. I should say it's a Scottish lasagna, and then I'll be okay. Yeah, zucchini. That's the thing. I should print out a list of the different terms between like UK English and American English, just so I don't forget and confuse everybody that's watching. Do it off in the tomato. Oh, a tomato mozzarella salad. Nice. I can imagine grilled cucumber with a tomato mozzarella salad. That does sound good. I love a tomato mozzarella salad. I think that's my favourite kind of salad. Just really simply with a little bit of basil, fresh basil, some balsamic vinegar, a little bit of olive oil. See, now with the weather being quite nice for a change, I feel like a tomato mozzarella salad would be quite good tonight. But here we are, we're having lasagna. Yeah, I think we need a couple of minutes, because there's no colour on these, but oh, there is a wee bit. I love the smell of grilled courgettes. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, and I'm glad you can understand what I'm saying. And hopefully, you'll maybe be able to take a few bits away with you and maybe make your own meal lasagna. Maybe say hello to my brother. Right. Oh, I'm gonna murder this, but hello, Roomwert de Attend. That, I mean, I don't think that's anywhere close, but hello. That's the problem with my dialect. It's very difficult to sound good when I'm trying to pronounce things in another language. So these are nearly done because we just want a bit of bite still in them. And thank you for being here, Nicola. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you again soon. Oh, so we're just softening these a little bit. No, yeah, Cockney. There's nothing you can do with that. No, it's the same with the Glaswegian accent. You can't make it. I actually speak German, and I think that's the only language that works with a Glaswegian accent because it's quite similar, in the kind of the sounds that you make. But yeah, any kind of exotic languages doesn't work with a Glaswegian accent. But I do enjoy a Cockney accent. So was that why we were saying earlier, was it in Purple Coffin's stream, and was it you that said something about a Cockney accent being exotic? Because that's definitely a positive way of looking at it. Wasn't you? Someone definitely said it, and it did make me chuckle. But, well, I mean, that's it. It's unusual. I'm sure to some people it's exotic. It is a good accent, though. I would say it's much better than a Glaswegian accent. Although I was doing Sean Connery impersonations and everything yesterday on the stream. Right, I think these are nearly done. The first lot anyway. And then we've just got our carrots to do. Is it exotic in the sense that no one, even people that speak the same language, can't understand you? Yeah, no, that's fair actually. Yeah, I would say that is exotic. If literally no one can understand what you're saying. I think so. Is yours quite a strong? Have you got quite a strong Cockney accent then? I feel like there are different levels, possibly maybe depending on whereabouts you are. But if it's a strong one, that's a good accent. It's good fun. I think my pan's too. I think it's too low now. I'm not gonna win. I've calmed it down. Ah, right. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely something we kind of do, maybe subconsciously. Yeah. I know I've definitely done that. I have a posh voice now. Yeah, so a posh Cockney accent, that sounds pretty good. I feel like that, I would say I've probably poshed up my voice as well. I've travelled a bit and lived abroad a bit, and I think that when you if you speak to other people that speak English but aren't from probably the UK, because I think I'm fairly easy to understand in the UK, but if you speak to other people that aren't used to that kind of accent, you automatically kind of slip into this fancier version of how you speak so that people can understand you, and you do kind of get stuck a little bit. And then when they hear you speak the way that you normally would speak, they're like, what? The dip in that due to hospitality. Yeah, that's it. You want to make a good impression. So that's always when the posh voice comes out. Right, I'm just going to pop, oh, they're quite hot. Pop all of these over into our bowl. And then we'll just get our last veg done. And the thing is, if you were kind of running out of time, or if you had less time to do this, you could do it a lot quicker. You could chop up your veg a lot smaller and just put it straight into the lasagna dish with the sauces and just let it cook in the oven. That would work too, but I quite like the extra kind of flavour that you get if you grill them first. Yeah, apples and pears, I love it. Yeah, it's a whole other language for you. I think that's the charm of it. I think that's what you do want to be coming out with. That just reminds me, was it Brookside that was set in Liverpool? I'm sure it was Brookside, wasn't it? That's just what that makes me think of. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. For Mix and Match. Nice to have you here. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you all like lasagna. Right, that'll do for these. Again, just getting a bit bored of, that's hot. A bit bored of waiting for them. They look nice though. The greens definitely come out a bit more in them. Nice and vibrant. Ooh. Hot. Brookside. Yeah. I used to watch that when I was little. It was great. No, it's been gone for a while now, I think, hasn't it? It was good though. Although it gave me nightmares as a child. So I really should have negative feelings towards it, but I just remember there was one part and there was a huge fire in it. I don't even remember who was in it, what happened, but there was a huge fire and I was obviously young enough that it made a huge impression on me and it gave me nightmares for months. Early 2000s. Yeah, I think it must have been. It's been gone for quite a long time. But yeah, if I think of sort of Liverpool Cockney accents, that's immediately what I think about. Right, I think I'm going to give this a minute or two and then I'm just going to add the onion. And then we can start on our roux and then start putting it all together. Yeah, it was a good programme, but not for the nightmares. I don't know what age I would have been then when I watched it. Because I must have been quite young. But I just remember literally nightmares for months. Right, I'm just going to have a wee think and see if I've forgotten anything. Oh no. Right, Welsh, born and by blood, mixed with South African with a Cockney accent. That's amazing. Those are 3 accents that you want to mix. I can't imagine. So, can you only hear the Cockney accent? Or can you hear like a little kind of twang of Welsh or South African? Because I feel like you should embrace that and make sure there's like a mixture of all 3, because I think that would be amazing. You can only hear the Cockney. Oh, that's sad. That would have been a really interesting accent. That's really cool though. So I just dominated? Yeah, it is I would say it's a dominant accent. That's cool though. So have you been in Liverpool for a long time, for all of your life basically, or? Getting a wee bit of colour on the carrots. I'm just going to flip them all over. And then we can do our onions. Oh, come on. Cheers. Ah, nice. So you've managed to develop a Cockney accent in 3 years. That's impressive. Where's my spoon? Right, I'm going to just pop these to the side a little bit. Put the onions in, and then we're one step closer. So that's quite a lot of onion, but it was a beast of a red onion. So, and it will kind of wilt down a little bit when we're cooking it. There's 6 still live in South Africa. That's another place I want to go. I need to write a list of all the places I want to go, because I would love to go to South Africa. It looks like such an interesting place. Would you recommend doing all veggies at once? Yeah. If you have a pan that's big enough, do them all at once. It's much easier, much quicker. But this is the biggest pan that I own, so literally just for space. I probably could have just shoved them all in the one pan, but I feel like if you do them sort of separately, then you can keep an eye on them and make sure they're all the right level of cooked. But yeah, it's literally just because my pan's too small. And these should kind of wilt down quite quickly, hopefully. And then we can pop all this to the side. Yeah, exactly. If you overload it, the stuff at the bottom is going to cook quicker. And then you're going to have to keep sort of turning things about and moving stuff about to get it in the right place to make sure that you get an even cooking on it all. I'm sure that I knew there was a reason. I knew it wasn't just because I had the wrong pan. Right. I'm going to leave that for a wee minute. Yes, exactly. Of course, because you need a lot more heat just in general. Right, I'm going to have a little look at our red sauce because I'll need to finish that up. Now, there's a stray onion or two have gone in there, but that's okay. I'm going to try it and see if we need to add anything new. Oh. It's good. It needs a tiny bit more sugar. See, excuse me. So you can definitely tell when you try it, it definitely still tastes almost slightly sour, purely because of all of the tomatoes. So I'm just going to add another teaspoon of sugar, and that should be enough to kind of balance out the flavours. But it's looking nice and thick. Doesn't quite get the same right, high possibility of burning yet. Yes, exactly. In other words, patience is a big part of cooking. It really is. And that's sometimes where I struggle. Because once I start cooking, I'm hungry. Like that, I don't want to be waiting for my dinner. But that's why I like to start quite early and take my time. Maybe eat something before I start so that I don't feel the need to be like, oh, hurry up. But then sometimes I find it goes the other way. If I take too long to cook and I spend too long cooking, by the time it's finished, I'm not hungry anymore. I've just lost all hunger. I'm sure there's a reason for that, but then at least if I've spent that long cooking and I've made something nice, then I've got leftovers for the next day. So it's a win-win. Yeah, that as well. It's definitely a thing. And I used to work in a restaurant as well. And people would say, oh, how are you not huge if you work in a restaurant and there's food, you're cooking food all day, every day. But I think when you smell it all day, every day, eventually you're like, I'm not hungry. I'm never ever hungry because I've always got that smell of food in my face. Right, we're getting there. I'm trying to decide whether to... So I can either blitz my sauce and have it smooth, or I can leave it as it is and have it kind of chunky. I'm tempted just to leave it chunky. I think I'm going to leave it chunky. So to that, I'm going to add some spinach. And I think this probably isn't a traditional way of doing things, but I did it once and it turned out really well. So I'm going to do it again. So I've just got, that's about half a bag of spinach, much is in a bag. It's about 60 grams of spinach, something like that. It says it's washed and ready to eat, but I'm always a wee bit sceptical. So I'm going to wash it again. Just give it a very, very quick wash. And then I'm just going to chop it up a little bit and pop it in the red sauce and let it wilt through. There we go. And the veg are looking good. It's coming together, slowly but surely. Basically what Google says, it's the smell. So is that, you're probably typing now, but I suppose because they do say that, how much is it, some percentage of eating or some percentage of tasting food is actually in the smell. So I suppose if you're kind of smelling it all day, then your body or your brain maybe thinks that you've already eaten something, if it's kind of been a constant thing. So it's not, it's not like pinging those brain receptors or something to say that you're hungry, because it doesn't think you are hungry because you've smelt it all the time. That makes a lot of sense. I'd never really thought about it, but that does make a lot of sense. And I think that's the same with if you spend a long time even just in the house cooking. If you spend a long time cooking, you've got that constant smell. Which, yeah, looking good so far. I hope so. We're getting there. Smelling it for long periods, your brain triggers your stomach to think it's full or satisfied. Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. And I definitely think that's what happens with me. So I've just popped a little handful of spinach into our sauce. I'm going to let that wilt down. Thank you very much for the follow, James Rest. Nice to have you here. A lot of nice colours. It is quite colourful, isn't it? And then if we add, I just pop that in there, then that looks quite nice. It's a wee rainbow. Right, I'm going to get rid of these out of this pan. Where's my fork gone? Making me hungry. I am sorry. Hopefully it's almost dinner time. Hello Bodwell 160, how are you today? Was that spinach? Yes. So I just popped about a handful, so I think it probably works out about 60 grams of spinach. Just chopped it up and popped it in the tomato sauce. As I said, I did it once, just because I was making a lasagna and I had spinach to use up. So I was originally just going to like kind of layer it with everything else. But then I thought actually it might work quite well in the sauce, because then obviously it'll wilt down a bit. And oh, it was so good. It was so nice. So I'm doing that again today. I love spinach. I'm eating some raw. That's a bit strange. Do you have anything with it, or are you just eating like handfuls of spinach? Oh, it's spinach that Popeye eats, isn't it? But is it the cans of spinach? I'm sure it is. I feel like I'm having a bit of a brain fart, but yeah, I'm sure it's Popeye that eats the spinach. I love sauteed spinach, me too. Absolutely love it. Just with a little bit of garlic. A little bit of garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper. Got to keep the iron levels up. That is very true, and you will do that just by sitting eating spinach. Looks amazing. Thank you very much. Hopefully it'll taste good as well. So if you've just joined us, we've sorted off some courgettes, some carrots, some sweet potatoes, some onions, and I've made a quick tomato sauce, and I've just added some spinach to that. So now we're going to make a roux, put it all together, and then stick it in the oven. Looks amazing. He eats canned spinach. Although I've had canned spinach once, I didn't know it was a thing. I should have thought about it because that's what Popeye eats, but didn't realise it was an actual thing. And got a can of spinach, and see if you use it for a curry, really nice. Because obviously you cook the spinach down in a curry anyway, and it means then you get a lot more than you would maybe get from like a bag of spinach. Spinach is my preferred salad green. See, I like it in a salad, but I prefer mainly sort of lettuce and cucumber and stuff, and then a little bit of spinach just to add a bit of something. But I think my bulk needs to be sort of lettuce and rocket. I really like rocket. Too bad a whole bag only makes a handful when sorted. Yes, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's such. To be fair, spinach is a bit of a waste of time. It's delicious, but it's gone before you've actually done anything with it. Which is again why, if you're cooking with it, I think the canned spinach is quite a good idea. Right. Yeah, our onion's looking good. So I'm going to grab another bowl, just so that I can use all of the bowls in my kitchen. Add some pine nuts and to the spinach, yes. And then a little bit of grated parmesan or something. I love avocado in a salad, or in sushi, or with like poached eggs and smashed avocado. Oh, so good. What did we do before we knew about avocado? Because I definitely didn't realise it was a thing until recently. Sounds like a good salad. That really does sound good. And you say spinach salad tradition has walnuts and fruit. Ah, what kind of fruit would you use? Is that maybe like, what's the one that we have? Is it a Waldorf salad? But it's got like walnuts and apple. Sweet vinaigrette. That does sound nice. I do enjoy a good salad. Right, now we've done all our veg, I'm going to grab another wee pot to make the roux. And I feel like if you're going to make a roux, which is basically like a white sauce, where you use butter and flour, mix them together, and then add milk, and keep kind of mixing it to make a kind of thick white sauce, you need a whisk. I can't physically do it unless I've got a whisk. Waldorf, yeah, grapes, of course. Oh, I could go one of them just now. See, this is the problem. Now I really want a salad. I'm spending all this time making this nice lasagna, and all I want to eat is a salad. Right, I'm going to put a few bits away because I'm getting a wee bit, it's all getting a bit messy. I actually made a tuna, is it a niçoise salad recently? Oh, it was lovely. That was really nice. Did with tuna and a couple of boiled eggs. It's one I've not had in such a long time, but it was really, really nice. Okay, we're a wee bit tidier now. Okay, oh, I forgot the butter. That was why I went in the fridge. Right, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not know really the measurements for this. It's always just a bit of a gamble. Miso salad is one of the mains. Oh, I think I could get on board with this. It's quick and an easy dish and tastes great. Yeah, definitely. It's such a good dish. Oh, Purple Coffins is finished. Hello everyone. How was your stream, Purple Coffins? I'm gutted that I didn't get to see the finished result. I hope it went well. Hello! Oh, I'll come over here. Hello! Did you have a good stream? How was your curry? And how did the apple work in it? It's good. I'm kind of winging it today. I am making a vegetable lasagna and I'm literally just going into my fridge to find whatever veg I've got and adding it to. So it's a bit of a random one, but so far so good. And hopefully we'll have something quite tasty by the end of it. Apple makes it lovely and sweet, but not in a nasty way. Yeah, once I'm finished, I'm going to have to go back over and watch the end of it. Because I think I got about halfway and I was gutted that I had to stop. I know about winging it, yeah. Yeah. See, the thing is, that's quite nice about cooking is you can wing it. Meant to be whatever you have, exactly. And I think a lasagna is quite good for that because it literally can just be whatever you've got. And no one will know because you're going to top it with cheese. So far, that's what all cooks do, to be honest. That's how you do it, yeah. Oh, and I would love that, a niçoise salad. Yeah, definitely. Oh, Purple Coffins, I am sorry. I don't know what it's done, but my mod he's gone haywire. I don't know what's happening, but there seems to be some word that he's not happy with, and he keeps putting people in timeout. I do apologise. I thought I'd fixed it, but I don't seem to have done. Oh, dearie me. I'll need to look at that tonight and try and sort it because there's something not quite right. As a chef or cook attempting something and accidentally making something else. Exactly. That happens quite a lot. You think you've got a plan and then it ends up something completely different, but you go, actually, I'm not mad about it. I'm quite happy. Oh, it sounds like Irish. Most likely I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I am another Scottish streamer, just like Purple Coffins. The only two Scots that I've found so far. But yeah, this is what we sound like, but we're from slightly different parts of Scotland, so we do sound slightly different. It may have been an emote, that's possible. Oh, no worries. Enjoy your sushi tonight. Very jealous. Have a good night, and thank you very much for the raid. Much appreciated. And I will catch you soon. Oh, sun-dried tomatoes. I don't have any of those, but I'll remember that for the next time because I do like that in sauces. Bye. What do I need? A spoon. Right. So, yeah. So if you have just joined, you're slightly more south. Yes. So I am from just outside Glasgow. So apparently my accent is a bit more a kind of stereotypical Scottish accent. That's what I've heard. I'm not sure, but that's what I've heard. So yes, so if you've just joined us, hello, welcome. I hope you enjoyed Purple Coffin's stream. The curry that she was making looked amazing. I had a wee nosy in earlier on and it looked so good. I'm going to need to go and catch up and see how it turned out. I'm making a veggie lasagna, so I can show you what we've done so far. So we've just sort of fried off a few different veg. So we've got sweet potato, carrot, courgette. Oh, I'll not knock that over. Some onion, and I've made a tomato sauce with a little bit of spinach. And I'm just going to make a roux now, which is slightly daunting doing it live, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, hear that. See, I can't tell, but a lot of people say that, especially since being on here, it's definitely, people have definitely said that it's quite a strong accent. Oh, I am sorry, Super Nudie. I need to fix this with the mod. I don't know what he's not happy about. I thought I had fixed it. I do apologise. You will be back in a wee second, I'm sorry. What are my thoughts on corn? I don't mind corn. I've tried it a few times now. I'm not as keen on the corn mince. I think the texture of that's a bit strange, and I find that it breaks up quite a lot. It's quite kind of powdery, so I don't think it really works as like a mince substitute. But one thing that we tried recently was the corn roast, which, if you see it, it looks horrible. I mean, it's in like a casing, a bit like a haggis, and it's just this kind of beige sausage, and it looks very, very odd. But I thought I'm going to give it a bash, see what it's like, and made like a proper roast dinner with it. So I did that and roast potatoes and veg and stuff, and it was actually really, really tasty. So if you've not tried that, aha, I didn't know this either. It's a frozen one, and I mean it's only about, don't know if you can see that, maybe about that size, and it literally just looks like a big sausage. It's in the frozen section, and it's just, I'm sure it's just called corn roast. And it's happened again. It might be the emotes, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to have a look at it again in a second. But yeah, so the roast, and you just roast it in the oven. You literally, it's in this little casing. You put it in the oven, in the casing for, don't use full stops or periods. This is ridiculous. I'll need to add all these extra rules. Don't do this, don't do that, just in case. So yeah, you just put it in the oven for, I think it went in the oven for about 50 minutes, 10 hours, something like that. And you just slice it up. And it was really nice with the roast dinner. And there was a little bit left that I then put in sandwiches the next day and did like chicken mayo sandwiches. Oh, delicious. So yeah, I would, if you see it, definitely try it, because it was a lot nicer than I was expecting. And if I see it again, I will be trying it again. Oh, I wish I knew what this issue was. Who knows? Right, I'm gonna do the roux now. I'll get the milk out so that I'm ready to go. Right. Yeah, that still smells good. I thought, Okay, so the roux I'm going to make, I've got some butter in the pan, and then basically what we're going to do is melt down the butter, add the flour, let it kind of cook off, whisk it well so that it all comes together, and then slowly add some milk, and it should thicken up to become a nice thick white sauce. Fingers crossed, that's what we're aiming for. We shall see. Some corn products just taste bad. Yeah. The fillets, I think I've tried, it was either the fillets or like the strips, and they've definitely got a bit of a strange taste. Stir fry chunks KFC. Oh, see, I need to watch, because some of the corn stuff's not gluten free. I think pretty much all of the vegan stuff is not gluten free, because whatever they use to make the corn is full of gluten apparently. So I do need to watch. I am sorry, Super Nudie. you probably didn't say anything wrong. There's some setting that my mod he's gone haywire, and he keeps putting people in timeout for absolutely no reason. So I'm gonna, once I finish the lasagna, I'm gonna need to sit and figure out what the problem is. Yeah, nuggets and KFC style stuff is difficult. But if you saw my stream yesterday, which I think you did, I just coat everything in cornflakes. So I just get gluten-free cornflakes and literally coat everything in them. And I think it works really well, and it's a nice crunchy coating. Right, so I want this quite low because we don't want to burn anything. We just want to slowly melt the butter. And again, I'm kind of winging it with this because I never really know of quantities. So I'm just gonna go with it and see what happens. I can always add a bit more of something if need be. We'll just let that melt down, and then as soon as it's melted, I'm going to start adding the flour and mixing quite thoroughly to make sure it all comes together. I don't know what that music is. It sounds almost like what's his name? The guy with the gadgets. Go gadget arms. Did whisper to you. Oh, maybe that's what it was. I never say anything regarding today's sunset. Yeah, I've got no idea what the. Oh, it's too high. Go down. Right, we're okay. Yes, Inspector Gadget. So that's not Johnny English, because that's something different. Yeah, Inspector Gadget. That's what it sounds like. Right. So ideally, you need lots of hands for this. So I'm just going to add a little bit of flour at a time. You don't want to add too much because then you'll struggle to get it all mixed together. Yep. The yellowish sauce that I'm doing, it is a roux. So basically it's just butter, flour, and then milk. And this will make our white sauce to go on the lasagna. So it's just kind of a creamy sauce. And then I might add a little bit of cheese to it because obviously it's going to be a kind of cheesy lasagna. I don't know if I will though. I'll try and not get flour absolutely everywhere. And then once you want it to be almost kind of dry. So that's come together quite well. Yes, roux is also a good way of thickening your sauce. I just found out recently as well, I use quite a lot of xanthan gum because obviously it's gluten-free and it helps to almost kind of fake that gluten, what would you like, kind of the gluten stretchiness in gluten-free baking. And I found out recently that it's also really good for thickening sauces. I've not actually tried it yet, but I've always got xanthan gum here, so I'm definitely going to have to give that a go. White sausage. Not white sausage, white sauce. Although I do like a white sausage. Sounds like lasagna. Exactly, it is a lasagna. So we're doing a vegetable lasagna today. So we've got our tomato sauce with some spinach in here. We've got all our veg is ready to go, and I'm just making this roux now as the last bit, and then we can start putting it all together. I'm going to add a little bit more, and then I want to turn the heat up a little bit just to cook the flour off, because if you don't do that you're going to end up with a really kind of powdery tasting sauce, which isn't going to be the nicest. So I'm going to hopefully just turn this up very slightly. Oh, thank you very much for your follow, Bodwell160. Much appreciated. Nice to have you here. Yeah, that's looking good. So you can see it's starting to kind of dry up a little bit. That's what you want. I'm never too sure how far you need to go. I think just a little bit more, and then we should be good. Veggie lasagna, exactly. A slightly different version of a traditional lasagna, but it's one that I've done a couple of times, and it always works out well. So, right. I think that should be okay. It looks all nice and yeah, it does. It's worked quite well. Super nitty. It's going quite well so far. I think a roux can be quite difficult, or I think you expect it to be more difficult than it is. I think as long as you kind of take it slow and you don't have your pan too hot and you've got a whisk. I think a whisk is sort of the main thing that you can make sure that you're getting a good mix on it. Right, but now I've said this is going to be where it all goes wrong. So now what you want to do is slowly add in your milk, but obviously because your milk is cold and your pan is hot, you want to add it slowly to make sure it doesn't end up a mess. And this is where you could do with multiple hands. So this is a bit of a process. I think you're better to take your time with it and get it right than for it to go wrong and have to start again. I'm hoping that it's been so long since I've made a roux. I'm hoping this is the way it's supposed to look. Okay. Then we're just going to keep adding a wee bit more milk until it becomes more of a sauce. So we're quite far away at the moment, but we'll get there. It's possible that I've done too much butter and flour. I could be here a while. I'm wondering whether I take some of this out, and it won't take me quite as long. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little bit out. Because I don't need that much sauce anyway. Just pretend you can't see this part. Pretend this isn't happening. That's the only problem with cooking in real life. Yes, perseverance, exactly. That's what you need. Yes, you can see it's starting to go a bit more creamy now. And this is what we want. So we're just going to keep going until we've got a nice creamy sauce. And you can see because I've done it quite slowly, it is all coming together quite nicely. Oh, no problem at all. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to say it wrong again. Januna. It was lovely to have you here. I hope to see you again soon, and I hope you get a good night's sleep. Where I am from, Scotland. So just outside Glasgow. So if you came from Purple Coffin Stream, I am about 3 hours from her. Oh, no worries. Thank you very much, Buff Bagel. It's been lovely to have you here. And hopefully you'll be able to see how it looks at the end. Right, so you can see hopefully that looks nice and glossy now. I'm just going to add a little bit more. Just because we want it a little bit thinner than that. And then we can start putting everything together. And that's it. Obviously, you can just kind of keep adding the milk until you get it to the consistency that you want. Lafroig. That is a good thing that's come out of Scotland, so I don't blame you for that at all. Although I don't know if you're a whiskey drinker, I am not a whiskey drinker. I'm not a fan. No, that's definitely okay. Right, I think that's... Keep mixing. Oh no. No, I think it was maybe just the bottom of the pan. I think we're good. I'm going to put that off. Yeah, that looks like a nice consistency now. Right, so now I've made a complete mess of the kitchen, we can start putting the lasagna together. And I can try and not stand on my cat, who is now, again, standing right behind me because he wants his dinner. And yeah. Okay, pop these back in the fridge and then we'll start layering up our lasagna. Now, I was trying to decide when I started, if you've been here from the start, well done. And thank you for still being here. I couldn't decide whether to just use the sweet potato chunks. Actually, I can change this over now because we're finished. Yes, I didn't know whether to use just the sweet potato chunks or to use the lasagna sheets. If I can find them. But I think I'm going to do a bit of a mixture of both because I do enjoy a bit of pasta and a lasagna, and I think if I had loads of veg it would be different, but I think I'm going to do a bit of both. Like whiskey, room temperature without ice. Also love good beer. Kilkenny, I'm pretty sure Kilkenny's an Irish beer, but it is one that I used to drink when I could still drink regular beer. I wonder if you can see if I do this. Oh, perfect. Look at that. As if it was deliberate. Right, so I'm just going to double check on my other sauce. That's looking good, so I'm going to pop that off. And then we're just going to start layering up. Get herbs in here. Just going to start layering up the lasagna. So I think often you start with a little bit of sauce and then the lasagna sheets. So it's definitely, we're very much winging it today. But so far so good. Okay. So I'm going to start with a little bit. Oh, that sauce, I've taken it off now, but that sauce looks amazing. Right, I'm going to start with a little bit of the tomato sauce. No, I am gluten-free, so that is why I can't drink regular beer. So I can drink gluten-free beer, and there are quite a lot of nice gluten-free beers out there. I'm not a huge beer fan. I prefer like a wine or maybe a gin or something. Or I've recently found these gluten-free beers that are fruit-based. Or I don't know if they're fruit-based, but they've got fruit in them. And there's one and it's beer with grapefruit. Oh, so good. And I think it's nice because it's just a bit lighter. So I would say that's probably my favourite beer. But yeah, I need to watch. I need to make sure they're gluten-free. Oh no! Sauce all up the side. That needs seasoning. That was lucky I tried that because it tastes of absolutely nothing. So I'm just going to put a little bit of salt and pepper. Just a little bit of salt and pepper in these. Oh yes, that was a good tip. preheat the oven. Don't forget to do that, because then we could have been here for a very long time. So that's the kitchen fairies helping there. So I've preheated the oven, it's on now. So once the lasagna is ready, we can put it all in there, and we don't have to wait for it. What's your favourite? Yes, I do quite like a ginger beer as well. That's tricky. I think it depends on how I feel. I think it depends on the day. If it's a hot summer's day, I quite like a fruity beer. Excuse me. Or if it's a summer's evening, I like a wee gin. And then just any other time, I like a wine. So I think it just depends. Right, I'm going to put a little bit of this sauce in the bottom as well. Just a tiny bit, just to get the flavour. And then I think what I'm going to do is, instead of putting the cheese in the sauce, I'm going to grab the cheese just now and just put a little bit of it through the lasagna. You really can tell at this stage that I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. Is it? Oh, cat's not happy. Not happy, are you? No. Right, I'll make a wee bit of space, and then I'll grate some cheese, and I can just top the lasagna with that. I grate it out. Yeah, that's true. I will put more on the top of the sheets, but I've just put a tiny little bit at the bottom just now, and then I'll add some more when I've got the next layer of the lasagna sheets. My other grater, I have a bigger grater. It's in the dishwasher, and this is me just being lazy and not wanting to wash it, but I feel like I probably should, because I could be here literally forever with this daft wee one. And I do like quite a lot of cheese. I'm a big cheese fan. No, I'll literally be there forever. Stop being lazy, we'll get the big one out. Give it a quick wash. One of these days I will learn to put the dishwasher on at the right time, so that when I start cooking, I've actually got space to put my dishes. But that is not today. We're not quite there yet. Okay, I want this fairly dry because I don't want the cheese sticking to it. Right, start again. What's your fave easiest dish that you can make? Oh, that's tricky. I think I would say now it would be a tomato risotto, because I've got a nice fancy machine. I've got a Thermomix. I don't know if you've heard of it. So it's a bit like a kind of a food processor, but it's got a load of other functions as well. And one thing that it makes really, really well is a risotto. And it's good because you just put all the stuff in it and let it do its thing. And I think in total it takes about 20 to 30 minutes. And then you've got a risotto at the end of it, and it is so tasty. Thermomix, it's called. Thermomix. Wait, and I'll show you. I'll turn the camera around so you can see it. Because it's over here. It looks a wee bit like a spaceship. Right, I hope I don't make you seasick. So that's it there. So it's got like the kind of bowl on it, and it's got recipes in the machine. So you can go on and pick out recipes and cook. It'll cook recipes. It's got like a rice cooker. It can chop up stuff. It's got a slow cooker, and see, for things like that, if you just want a quick, tasty meal and you don't want to have to spend a load of time in the kitchen, it's ideal. Right, I'm just going to add a little bit of cheese on here, and then we'll pop our first lasagna sheets on. Oh, yum. Oh, these sheets fit perfectly. I don't think I've ever had that before. That's amazing. Thermomix. So what all does it do? It chops things, it can braise things, it can, it's a slow cooker, it's a rice cooker, it can make ice cream, you can make yogurt in it, you can use it as a steamer. What else? I think those are the main things, but because it's got the recipes on it, you can just pick out a recipe and it'll talk you through all the different stages, and you make it all in the bowl. You don't have to use loads of different pans and the oven and all that kind of stuff. So for that, it's good. If you just want a lazy meal, it's ideal. Yeah, not at the same time, but you can do both. I'm going to put a little bit more of the sauce on top, and then we'll start sticking our veggies on. No worries, Gravy Smink. It was lovely to have you here. I hope you have a good rest of day, and I'll hopefully see you again soon. There we go, and then we want a little bit of the white sauce. And then we can start adding all our veg. I'm just going to kind of layer, stay there. Just going to kind of layer the veg. So we'll just do a layer of the sweet potato. It's a bit like a jigsaw. Just trying to find the spaces for it. Is that a wee jigsaw? I quite enjoy a wee jigsaw. Because obviously you want, whatever bite you have of the lasagna, you want to have a bit of everything in it. Right, more white sauce. I'll put more white sauce on the next one. And then, see, this is the thing, there's too many options. On top of that, I'm going to put some of the onion. And the thing is, you need to watch as well, because if you've not got too deep a tin, you're going to run out of space. So you need to be quite strategic. The wee discs are sweet potato. So we've got sweet potato so far, and then the onion on top. And the sweet potato I just did really quickly in a pan with a little bit of oil. Right, I'm going to do another one of these. Oh, see, they're not, nah, they don't fit now. That was me, I get too excited. Oh, come on. This is where the puzzle properly starts. Something quite therapeutic about putting together a lasagna with all your wee bits of potatoes, with all your wee bits of pasta and sweet potatoes, but you made a crust. No, they are literally just fried in a pan with a little bit of oil, and that's just kind of made it slightly crispy on each side. So that's why it looks a wee bit like that. And then we want a little bit more of the tomato sauce. You love lasagna, so do I. I love lasagna. Hopefully this will be a good one. slightly different to the ones I've made before just because of the ingredients that I had, but I do enjoy everything that I've put in it, so I'm sure it'll be good. I could maybe have made a wee bit more of the tomato sauce, but should be fine. We'll just need to spread it out a wee bit more. Oh, excuse me. And then some more of the white sauce. I'll put more white sauce on just for you. And then that'll all mix together. I like fried sweet potatoes, so do I. There's something nice about a fried sweet potato. I think with that kind of combination of flavours with the sweet and then the crispy. Oh, yum. And then I'm going to put a little bit of cheese in here. Not too much. I think that'll do. I don't want to go overboard because I very easily could with the cheese. And then we want a layer of our courgettes. Which cheese? This one, for this part, I've just used cheddar. So I think it's just a mild cheddar. And then on the top, I'll add a little bit of mozzarella. Mainly because I just found one in the fridge that needs to be used. So I'm going to add that along with a little bit of cheddar on the top as well to get the nice kind of brown colour. I definitely need a bigger lasagna dish. That looks good. And then we'll add some carrots. I'm just checking to make sure I've got enough space that it's not all going to oil out. Got a few of these left over, a few sweet potatoes, so I'll mix those in as well. Lovely. And while we're at it, let's just stick the last maybe a few bits of onion on top as well. And then we can top it with another couple of lasagna sheets and then the leftover sauce. And then it's ready to go in the oven. Finally, because my stomach is properly rumbling now. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's definitely going. Okay. Oh, it's close for space. It's very close for space. Yeah, as soon as I put this in the oven, it's definitely all gonna spill out, I think. As long as we don't lose too much sauce, we'll be okay. Try and fill in all the wee gaps. I've got bits of lasagna sheets flying about the place. There we go. That'll do. Lovely. Right, and then we want the last of our tomato sauce. So this is one hefty lasagna. So the thing is, it takes a wee bit longer, but once you've made one, you'll normally get a good few portions out of it. So it'll do you at least a couple of meals normally. So it is worth it. Oh, there's nothing else dry. Yeah, exactly. You need to put, I like lasagna that's got quite a lot of sauce because I do think it's a lot tastier that way. I mean, I used to get lasagna. My favourite lasagna was one, and it was almost like soup. There was very little sort of solid stuff to it. It was mainly just sauce, but that's the way I like it. I like a really saucy food. Just about to get good. Hopefully. Hopefully. It doesn't look too bad now. Right. Sorted, and then just a little bit of the white sauce, and then we're going to coat it with cheese, and it's going to go in the oven. Same here. Yeah, definitely. It's the only way to do it. That's what you want. I don't like the ones where you like cut it open and it stays standing because there's so much pasta in it. That's not what I want from a lasagna. I want it to be as liquidy as possible. That was actually not too bad quantity wise. I'm quite impressed with how I did. Right, how much space have we got? No, we're definitely we're already at the top, but we're going to put a bit of cheese on the top anyway, and a little bit of mozzarella, and then it's going in the oven. Oh, there's the cat's in again. Right, so I've got a ball of mozzarella, I'm just going to kind of break it up into pieces and pop that over the top to let it kind of melt on top as well. And we've got some cheese through it, so we don't need too much more cheese. I mean, you can always add more cheese, but we'll be good. And then I'm just gonna kind of tear this. I'm gonna kind of almost flatten it out a little bit, just because I'm slightly concerned that as soon as it starts to melt, it's gonna go everywhere. So we don't want it too high up. But I would say this is looking pretty good so far. And I am excited. So I'm then going to once this is all done, I'm going to put it in the oven for probably about half an hour. I'm going to have a wee look in a second, but I think that's how long the pasta takes to cook. So hopefully in the half hour, everything else will have cooked as well. The meatloaf, yeah, that's it. I like meatloaf, but it's a completely different texture, and I think lasagna should be quite a kind of saucy dish. Right, how does that look? I'm not going to tip it up because it'll all fall out. We don't need that. What do we think? I would say that looks pretty good. So this is going to go in the oven now for about half an hour, and I can get tidied up a little bit and make a couple of accompaniments for it while it's cooking, and then eventually we'll be able to have dinner. Just going to check what it actually says here. Yeah, it says you should blanch the lasagna sheets before you make the lasagna, but I've never ever done that. I'm hoping they'll be okay now, actually. I mean, they're not too thick. Sometimes you get them, they're really thick, and you think, well, it makes sense that I have to kind of cook them first, but they're not that thick, so I think we'll be fine. And then to go with this, I am going to make, to be honest, I don't think we need anything else to go with, but I'm going to make a quick garlic bread and maybe a wee a tomato salad, mainly just because I wrote that up on my menu and I would feel wrong not doing it. I don't think we need it, but why not? I've got half an hour now until the lasagna's ready anyway, so I might as well make a couple of nice things to go with it, but I'm definitely going to tidy up first because I've got no space anywhere. Oh, you can see the mozzarella melting already. Yum! I love garlic bread, so do I. Oh. Oh no. It's done it again. I am sorry. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, that's the first thing I'm going to do when I come off is check and see what's going on with that. I love garlic bread. Yeah, so do I. Absolutely love garlic bread. It's such an easy one to make as well. And it's so good. I mean, it's so bad for you, but it's so good. Actually, I wonder if I can... Oh, I wonder if I can fix... I can fix that very quickly just now. No, don't. Just in case. I don't know what the issue is because I have changed the settings. Maybe it's in here. Maybe it's in here. Thank you very much to Prinity for the follow, even though it keeps putting you in timeout. I am sorry. Hopefully next time you come along I will have that fixed. And thank you very much for the follow, Abdil Tito? Is that how you say that? It doesn't seem to be on here. And it's not, the interface is not overly user friendly. At least not for me anyway. Announcements. No, I'm pretty sure I have. I was in the right place before and I did change it, but no, I don't know. I'm gonna need to go and have a proper look. Oh, if you're off, thank you for joining us. It was lovely to have you here. Hopefully see you again the next time. And I hopefully will have it all under control by the next time and it won't keep doing that to you. Because it's not very nice at all. I would have made this so much easier for myself if I had an empty dishwasher. But what can you do? Oh, yeah, I wasn't actually going to make garlic bread, but now we've talked about it, I kind of fancy it again. I thought, do we really need it? But when do you ever need garlic bread? You just want garlic bread. Old Yellow Bricks, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. I hope you're well. Nice to have you here. Good name as well. I like it. Right. Oh, of course. If you're still here, I'll put a picture on the Discord later on so that you can see when it's finished. So if you do disappear before the stream, obviously lasagna takes a wee while. So if you're gone before it's finished, head over to my Discord. There should be links popping up and you'll be able to see pictures of it when it's done. I need to remember I've put that on. Right. We're a bit tidier now. A bit more space again and we can start again with our other wee bits and pieces. I keep putting a... Right, so we're going to do... Do I want to do both a tomato salad and garlic bread? Or maybe just one of the two? I think the thing is with this, I really like having a salad, like a fresh salad with a lasagna. But because you've got so many veg in here already, I don't know if you really need it. So a wee bit of garlic bread might just be enough. Hey, let me see. I think I've got some nice little rolls that I can use for the garlic bread. So, oh, it's a baguette. Never mind. Never mind. Right, I'm gonna do garlic bread on just some plain bread. Oh. I thought I had those nice little part baked rolls that I could have used, but I do not. So I'm just going to do a couple of bits of kind of toast, garlic toast almost, which I think works just as well. And I think the nice thing is if you've got a lasagna that's full of sauce, it's quite nice to have the garlic bread to kind of dunk in the sauce. And then once you're finished, you can use the garlic bread to scoop up all the sauce out the bottom of your plate. Oh, I feel hay fever again today. I don't know why. Right, it's another bowl, and then I'm just going to make a very quick kind of herby, garlicky butter. Oh, I can't wait to show you this lasagna. Oh, it looks so good already. Right, so I'm going to just grab some margarine. And we're just going to mix it with, I've just got some mixed herbs. Will I do, I think I'll do fresh garlic this time. The last time I made this, I used garlic granules or garlic powder, which is nice, but I think you get a nicer flavour from the fresh garlic. And I've got a bit more time because I'm waiting for the lasagna, so I'm just going to use fresh because I do think it is a bit tastier. I think 1 clove. Yeah. We don't want it to be too excessive. Can't wait to see it. Me neither. At this stage, I am starving. So I cannot wait to see how it turns out. And there's just something so satisfying about pulling something out of the oven that's topped in cheese and it's all melted and gone all golden and gorgeous. So hopefully that's where we're going to be at in about 20 minutes. And I'm quite looking forward to it. Plus, I feel like this is maybe a slightly healthier version because you are going to get a good at least couple of portions of your 5 a day. Oh. Oh, the cat's so desperate to get fed. She's away in the cupboard. Helpful. So this is dairy-free margarine just because that's what I had and that's what we kind of use. So I'm just going to get about, what's that, about maybe just over a tablespoon of butter. And the thing is, if you make a load of this and you've got too much for your garlic bread, you can keep it, just pop it in the fridge and you could have it with another time with garlic bread, or you could put it on some chicken or use it to kind of flavour some veggies or something. So it won't go to waste, don't throw it out. Right. Oh, the smell of fresh garlic is just amazing. And then you just want to kind of work, I don't know if I can actually let you see that. You just want to kind of work the garlic into the butter. Which is easier said than done because it just kind of sticks to the spoon. And before I've mixed it all in, I'm going to add some more of my herbs just to give it a nice herby garlicky taste. Not too many, just a bit of just a kind of sprinkle like that. to bring that over. Is that a bit better? There we go. That looks good. Right, and now I just want to mix this all through so that it's kind of evenly distributed through it all. And then we're literally just going to spread this on top of our 2 bits of bread and pop these in the oven, and they'll go in the oven for, I think, just about 5 to 7 minutes, something like that. You need to keep a wee eye on it, obviously, because you don't want it burning, and it can go quite quickly. I think that looks good. Oh, the lasagna looks so good already. The cheese has started to melt, everything's cooking. It's a good time. There we go. So you want to be fairly generous, but not too much or you'll end up with really kind of oily bread. And then I'll pop this on a little tray ready to go in the oven when the lasagna is a bit closer. Can't wait to see it either. It's definitely coming along. That's what I always think with lasagna. It's such a tasty one, but it's definitely a process, and it can take a bit of time. But as I said, it's quite a handy one because you make it once and you can feed a whole family, or you can feed yourself multiple times. So once you've made it once, you've got it, and it'll do you for a wee while, which is quite good. So I always think it is worth it, but it definitely does take a wee bit of time. So that's our garlic bread ready. I'll just get my tray. Good things need time, exactly. And as we said earlier, one of the big things about cooking is you need a bit of patience, because if you've got a bit of patience, things are more likely to go right. Or if they go wrong, you're not so flustered and unable to fix it. Where's my tray? Where is my tray? I'm just going to get a little bit of greaseproof paper to pop the garlic bread on. I literally have a cat staring at me now. Just sitting underneath the camera, staring at me. She is not happy. Right, so our garlic bread is ready. And once the lasagna is nearly finished, I'll pop that in to just cook quite quickly and beside it. And I might make... My last thing I'm thinking is a quick tomato salad. And I think I might, mainly because we got a huge tomato. I think it's possibly a plum. Not a plum. Beef tomato. But it's a yellow one. But it's huge. But I think it probably needs to be used. And I don't want to waste it. So I think I'm going to do a quick tomato salad with that. I just ate breakfast like 2 hours ago by watching you cook. I'm sorry. Hopefully that means then it's nearly lunchtime and you can have something nice for your lunch. That would be good. Even better if it was a wee lasagna. Right, I'm going to get the tomato out and see how it looks. But it is some beast of a tomato. so I want to be able to smell it cooking. That's what I was saying. I thought, was it not a thing like maybe 10 years ago even, that the next big thing was going to be smell-o-vision? What happened to that? Because there seemed to be a time where everybody was talking about it, and it was definitely sort of expected to happen, and then it seemed to just disappear. So did it not work? I mean, I can't imagine it really would work, but what happened? I was quite looking forward to that. And I think it's quite sad that it's not a thing. But then I watch a lot of cooking programs, and I feel like I would just be hungry all the time if I could smell it. So this is our beast of a tomato. So this is quite a large regular tomato. This is the beast. I mean, look at the difference. That is some difference, isn't it? So I don't know what kind of tomato this is, but it looks good. And I don't want it to go bad, so I'm going to make a very quick kind of tomatoey salad with it. What's that wee Dave now? I wonder what kind. If anyone knows what kind of tomato this is, please do let me know. I'm sure I remember, I watch a German YouTuber who grows all his own vegetables, and he definitely had a big yellow tomato. Is it a pineapple tomato? I think it might have been. I can't honestly remember. And it looked quite like this one, so I wonder if that's what it is. I don't really know how to chop it either. Let's just go for it. Ah, interesting. Oh, it smells delicious. It's got a wee funky bit. I'm just going to chop that out because I think it's fairly well. It's just that wee bit at the bottom. Yeah. I like the look of this because it doesn't look like it's got a lot of seeds. And I don't love the seeds in a tomato. I definitely prefer like the kind of fleshy bit. So this might be the perfect tomato for me. So that's what it looks like inside. I've just cut that bottom bit out because it looked a wee bit funky. But look at that, there's hardly any seeds in that at all. I've got a feeling that's a pineapple tomato, because I think that is what that guy grew in his garden. I managed to grow tomatoes last year. I got really into it, really enjoyed it, grew a few different bits and pieces, and I don't know, wanted to do exactly the same this year. Then Corona happened, and I couldn't get like the soil and stuff that I needed. So I planted just a few bits and pieces, and nothing happened with any of it. I've got no idea what the problem was, but none of it was happy. So I've gone from last year, where I was able to grow loads of stuff. I was really pleased with myself. Had loads of nice veggies in the garden, to this year having absolutely nothing. So I'm going to try again next year, see if I can get it back. But really strange, I just don't know what the problem was. Look at that, that is some meaty tomato, isn't it? So good. I'm going to get a wee bowl out. I'm going to get a bigger bowl so I can do a wee dressing. Oh, excuse me, a bit loud. Oh, the lasagna looks so good. And I'm just going to kind of chop this up fairly randomly, and it's just going to be quite a kind of chunky tomato salad. Just double checked and dropped a pic in your Discord. I thought it might have been, because I was sure that this is what it looked like when this guy was growing them, and I'm sure one of the things he said was that it didn't have many seeds. And as soon as he said that, I thought, that's the kind of tomato for me. That's the kind of tomato that I want, because I'm not a big fan of the seeds. So that's quite exciting then, that that's actually what it is. So I'm looking forward to trying it. In fact, I'm going to try a bit just now. Ooh. That's got a really unusual taste. I can't think, it tastes like something else. I can't think what it's like. Oh, I like that though. Not overly tomatoey, the texture is quite tomatoey. But the taste isn't overly. Oh, I don't know what that tastes like, but it's really nice. Yes, I would recommend, if you ever get the chance to try a pineapple tomato, go for it. It's a good, is it quite sweet? I thought it would be sweeter. I'm going to try another bit. It's not as sweet as I thought it would be. It almost tastes a little bit herby. Is that possible? I don't know. But yeah, it tastes, I would say it tastes slightly more savoury than sweet. And not like in your face tomato flavour. Quite subtle. But that's really nice. I like that. Plus, I really like how there's hardly any seeds in. That's definitely a winner. Oh, that is lovely. So I don't think you need to do a lot to it. I'm going to add 2 regular tomatoes just so we've got like a proper bit of a salad. And then just do a little salad dressing. I think just with some balsamic vinegar. I think balsamic would be quite nice with this. And a little bit of olive oil and some herbs. And then we've got another wee side for our lasagna. Good, no seeds is definite winner, yeah. There's just something not, the seeds are in like this kind of slimy, like weird stuff that, nah, it's much nicer without it. Because you can see the difference. I mean, that's full of seeds. But I'll show you the bowl with the tomatoes in a wee second, but it's looking good. It just looks so colourful. Yeah, and as I was saying, like last year, there's nothing better than making a little salad from all the veg in your garden. It tastes so much nicer than any veg you get anywhere else. But quite sad that that couldn't happen this year. But I'm still hopeful that I'll manage some next year. I'll definitely try again because it's good fun. But I don't know if it's just the weather's been so rubbish here. It's been so kind of wet and horrible that I don't know if it's maybe that the veg just hasn't, it's not loved it this year. Right, get rid of that. And then I'll show you this here. How good does that look? I mean, it's literally just a few tomatoes cut up, but it's so bright and colourful. Yum. So I'm just going to add a few different bits and pieces to that to make it taste nice. So we're going to put in just a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of balsamic and some herbs, and I think that will do. I don't think you need any more than that actually. And I think we're pretty close to lasagna being ready as well. It definitely looks good. It's starting to kind of bubble up. And the cheese is starting to go nice and brown. Just what you want from lasagna. Actually, I'm going to turn it round. My oven's a bit wonky. Oh. It looks so good. To put my herbs. Must be. that's the thing. You think when things are that colourful, they must be like full of vitamins and goodness. Especially those. I'm impressed with that pineapple tomato. And thank you, Muleen, for checking that. And hopefully I'll be able to find that elsewhere because I would like to have them again. You would think if the wee farm are able to get it, they must be available somewhere. Give this a quick... Oh, the smell! Oh my god. Yeah, smell-o-vision needs to be invented immediately. So I'm just going to leave that at that. How's it looking finished and two-sided? It's nearly there. We've got about 3 minutes left in the oven, but it's already looking nice and brown. So I'm going to stick the garlic bread in. I think I'll put that in just now. I think we're just about there with it. So the garlic bread is in, so it's going to only be another few minutes, I would say. So just enough time for me to kind of tidy up a little bit, get a bowl out, and then I'll be able to chop into it and show you how it looks. And then hopefully you'll all be able to go away and make something nice for lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Nice. Yeah. And I think if you, obviously on the packet for the lasagna, it does say that you can soak the sheets in, or you can, I think you boil them rather. So you can boil the sheets in boiling water for about 10 minutes, and that will reduce your cooking time in the oven. But I didn't do that, so I'm going to leave that there for you just to look at. Yeah, so I didn't do that, so you could make it quite a bit quicker if you kind of organise yourself a bit better. And it would probably only take about 20 minutes in the oven. But I think 30 minutes isn't too bad, especially when you know that it's going to be really tasty when it comes out. Do I want a plate or a bowl? Depends how saucy it's going to be. I'm going to say a bowl, I think. Just to be on the safe side. We don't want it all running off the plate. And then we can just stick some of the tomatoes on the side. Oh, I wish you could see it. Well, I say I wish you could see it. My oven's not the cleanest that it could be. It definitely needs a bit of a clean. So I'm not going to show you it yet. I'll pull it out in a wee second. And then you can see it. But we're nearly there. Plus it's been quite good because it's meant that I've been able to do to tidy up a little bit. Normally once I finish cooking, you can't actually see the kitchen for dishes. And it takes me, so I'll have dinner and it'll take me maybe almost an hour to clean the kitchen after. So I'm a bit more on top of things today, which is quite nice. And I think once I'm finished, the curry week is still ongoing. So if you like curry, I think there's 35 different streamers, the food and drink streamers, that are all making some kind of curry this week. So I made mine yesterday. So I made a cornflake tofu katsu curry, which so good. Not gonna lie, so good. I made that yesterday, and there's been a couple already today. So Purple Coffins made a, what was it called? It was like a golden curry with so it was with sweet potato and different things, and then she made her rice into like a little character. It looked amazing. So I'm going to go over and check out the end result of that. But there are another, I think it was Minnesota Toz that's organising it, and I think he said in total there are 13 streams today. So if you like curry, once we've finished and we've seen the lasagna, we'll go and have a look and see if somebody's making a curry just now. But spend the rest of your day just watching curry. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be a curry focused day, and it's on for the rest of the week as well. So if at any point you're feeling hungry, there will be someone, I'm sure, making a curry. So definitely check that out. I'm just waiting now. I think it should be done. It looks amazing. It's going to be so hot. It looks like lava. I'm going to get a spoon out so I'm ready. Let me get one of these. Does a ladle seem excessive? It kind of does, doesn't it? I don't really need to ladle lasagna. I like a good curry. So do I. And it's been really interesting because everybody's been making such different curries. It's not just been like your kind of standard Indian curries, which I would kind of assume is that's a kind of typical curry. But there's been so many different kinds of curry that it's opened my eyes up to a whole new world of curries. So yeah, it's definitely worth a nosy. Right, are we ready? Oh my god. It's so heavy. Oh, I should really, hold on. You can see it a wee bit there. I'm going to move this out the road and put it in here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. My lighting is making it look less golden brown, but it looks pretty golden brown at this end. I would say I'm happy with that. Don't know if you can see all the... I'll bring you down here, you might be able to see all the layers. Can you see the layers? Kind of. To be fair, the main thing is you want to see the top. Yum. Okay, I'm going to move the garlic bread just quickly because it's not yet doing much. So I'm just going to give it another wee second up on the top. Looks delicious. Oh, I hope it is delicious. And it's got a nice crispy top. Just how you want it. So I might actually, I'll plate this up, and by the time I've plated up, the garlic bread should be ready. I'm going to get the oven gloves so I don't burn myself. Oh, I don't know what side to take. I'm just going to chop through it. This is the problem though, you end up moving all the cheese from the top. And just make sure you kind of cut through everything. There's a lot of layers to this now. Go back. Stay where you are. And then we're going to try and lift this up without losing too much of it. It's maybe a two utensil job. And that's it. Because it's got the lasagna sheets, you just want to make sure that you've kind of chopped through them. Oh, there's one bit. You are joking. Come on now. Well, that did not work well. At least you can't see this. Hold on, I'm going to make it a bit. That did not end well at all. I'm going to do a bit of fixing up because that looks a mess. I'm not quite sure how to fix that. Right, hold on. Let me see. You belong in there. That's the thing with lasagna. As soon as you've got it quite saucy, you've got no chance of making it look pretty. And this is definitely not a pretty looking plate now. Because it's all kind of floated about the bowl. The cheese pool is real. At least we got a cheese pool. Right, it's looking better. I'm so glad you can't see this bit yet. Yeah, as a food blogger, this is giving me twitches. Right, that looks better. I'm gonna just tart it up a wee bit and then I can show you. Is this cheating? I don't think it is. I think it's up to me how I want it to look, isn't it? Exactly, and it will be tasty. I just want to get a little bit more of that on top. See, that looks better. Kind of ruined this a wee bit, but hey ho. Right, let's swap these around and then I can show you. Okay. So over here, right. Put that out the road. Well, I probably should have kept that. So you can tell my hunger brain is overtaking everything else. I'm losing all sense in my head. Right, are we ready? Yum. So yes, it's definitely nicer in the tray, but in the bowl it looks alright now too. Okay, nice. You'll get fed in a minute. Can you see that? What do we think when it's in the bowl? So you can see all the veg all cooked through. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of the tomatoes on the side. Just as a wee side dish. And how are we looking with the garlic bread? The garlic bread is not doing anything. I'm going to give it just a wee second and then I think that'll do. I'm going to take a couple of quick photos. Oh, I should have taken one before I cut into it. That was silly. I can just do an arty shot and do a close-up one and pretend I've not already taken a huge chunk out of it. So that is my vegetable lasagna with some, I'll get that out of the road, some tomato salad and in about 1 second some garlic bread. So yeah, the garlic bread could have done with a wee bit longer, but it's crisping up a little bit. It's not too bad. I can take a quick picture when it's all together. No, I'm quite pleased with that. That looks pretty good. I'm looking forward to this for my dinner now. That looks amazing. I'll be giving that a try. I hope you do, and if you do, please do take a picture and pop it in the Discord so that we can all have a wee nosy and see how you got on. I don't have funnily enough, I don't have a recipe for this one at the moment on my blog, purely because this was a bit kind of thrown together. I've got a similar one, so I will link that in the Discord, and it'll just be adapted a little bit. If I get the time tomorrow, I'll kind of throw together roughly what I put in it, and then I'll pop that on the Discord as well, so you can have a wee look. Looks very tasty, well done. Thank you very much. I do try. Right, so while I am absolutely starving now, I am going to go and see who is on that we could do a quick raid, and then I'm going to go and get my dinner because I am so hungry. So let's see, is anyone doing curry week just now that we could go and have a quick nosy? That was brilliant. I'm glad you enjoyed, and thank you very much for sticking with me till the end. I think that's the longest I've ever taken to make a lasagna. Who have we got? Cosmic Cat we raided yesterday. So let's go over and say hello to Chef John Reid, who is one of the first food and drinky people that I started watching on Twitch, and I think he's brilliant. And he's British, so that's always good. That didn't work. Oh, hold on. Yeah, because I've used the wrong thing. Oh, dear me. John Reid. There we go. Okie dokie, so that's working now. So we're going to go over and say hello to Chef John Reid very briefly. I'm going to go over, say hello, and then I'm going to eat my dinner. I'll maybe keep him on in the background, but he is a brilliant food and drink streamer. I love watching his stuff. He's really good fun. Thank you all for joining me again. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you all again soon. I will be back on Friday morning UK time, and I'll be doing hopefully a kind of fake KFC bucket. So join in if you fancy it. Thanks again for being here, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. So let's go and raid John, give him some love, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.
The other seasons of SpongeBob are meh. Are they really? Okay, I guess got a lot of watching to do then. How you doing today, Copper? How's things with you? What were you making, my friend? What were you making today? Thank you so much for the raid. That's really, really kind of you. I appreciate that support. Welcome on in, folks. Today we're making a pizza sub rolls. So the dough is proven. It's still taking a little bit of time to proof. I might have used a dead packet of yeast because I've set it aside, and I may or may not have used it, but we'll see. I'll see if it doesn't move, then I can always add a sprinkling of yeast and get that going. Might take us a little bit more time than per usual, but it should have been like doubled in size by now, but it's not really. Is it proven or not? Let's have a look. Oh, it is. It is proven, chat. It is proven. It's proven very slowly, but I think it's probably because maybe one of the packets might be a little bit meh, not so